Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, people all over the world, welcome to another episode of TylerBrianHour, a.k.a. TBH, a.k.a. TB Hour. I'm your co-host, B Heard, a.k.a. Brian, a.k.a. Prince, a.k.a. Prince Vegeta out there. I'm going to pass it to my brother, Mans and MTTL. You want to say something to the people?
What up, though? Is your co-host, Tyler Libra, a.k.a. TTL, a.k.a. Libra Hendricks in the building. We are gathered here today on February 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Shouts out to all your loved ones, all your significant others out there. I'm sure they are very appreciative to have you in their life every day. And I want to shout out to my mama. I'm blessed to have her in my life every day. And my close ones. Shout out to Kay. Shout out to this nigga B Heard right next to me. And we're going to get into some lovey-dovey shit, some real funny shit here tonight. So we love to have you. And let's get to it. My voice is raggedy as hell today. I'm sorry, folks.
Did you give people Valentine's Day gifts?
Hell no, I ain't giving nobody a Valentine's. Well, I gave my mom some flowers, and I gave her a box of diabetic candy because that's all I could really find.
I gave way too many people gifts. Definitely got the mom and grandma some things. Nothing too crazy. I didn't spend anything extreme, but it was just like I just got a lot of people gifts. Got a lot of my homegirls something.
You didn't give me no gift?
Nigga, you just said you didn't give me a gift.
So I was actually hold on. Let me check my Cash App real quick.
Didn't you get a Cash App?
Hell no, I didn't get nothing from you, nigga. You a hoe ass nigga. You ain't give me. Oh, okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was gonna say
just gonna lie.
You a dirty ass nigga, man. If you didn't get,
that's crazy that you didn't check until just now.
I didn't check until just now. I forgot all about that shit.
See, I got homie stuff. I got homegirl stuff. Bro, I ain't really getting nothing. But
bro, what the fuck am I supposed to do with $20, nigga? That ain't filling up half of the lead. No, I'm talking shit. That's my brother. He fuck around.
You want to check the message you sent me?
Climb that shit back. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. I got everybody.
Matter of fact, I got you on something after the show. Don't worry about it.
I got everybody something, so I was trying to make sure that I just show my love and appreciation, man. I think that's something that scares me because I got a lot of dope, loyal friends and family members that I'm almost scared that I will never be able to match what they do for me. Because a lot of people say communication and conversation goes far. I guess my ability to make people laugh and actually hear them out and listen to them, it goes far. But to me, it just doesn't hold weight because I really feel like anyone could do what I do. So, I mean, of course, people don't. So that's the difference. And there is a world where there's assholes that exist, narcissism exists, shallow people exist. They only care about their self. But as often as I try to be the best version of myself for people, it's very hard to maintain that. And I still don't feel like I'm doing enough. But I try to showcase my love and appreciation as much as I can, whether that be financially or just anything, a conversation, or just even saying Happy Valentine's Day to my loved ones, because I'm going to die one day. I'm not going to be here. I will get into the weekend. Definitely spirits was broken. And, I think I'm kind of having my flu game podcast performance because I think I got food poisoning too. So
crazy as fuck, bro. Stay away from me, bro.
It's food poisoning. Something I ate.
Oh.
But I mean, dealing with it the best way I can. Also, shout out to that good brother Lopez. God damn, that nigga be holding it down. I feel like I can never repay him enough, but I will one day. Speaking of one day, how was your weekend?
It was all right. Me and B Heard linked in at a spot that I personally liked. We tapped in Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, and talked a little bit, which is nice because we really don't even really get to do all that much. Sometimes, we just either not with it or we just got something else planned. And it's been a minute since we actually linked up that early in the morning too. So
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that, just getting to sit down with this nigga. We were missing one part of the trio, but he's back now. Shout out to K. We love you dearly.
Or just off the strength of coming up with the plan, seeing the plan through, having to deal with some bullshit, alter the plan, and still executing like that. Like I think it's shit. I don't know. I can't remember the last time that we was just both like, yo, you want to do this? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, can't do this? All right, let's alternate. And then just we're bam, 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 plan worked out successfully without having to deal with some bullshit or no bullshit getting your way, my way. And then if we have another person, because that's another thing that comes into factor, is like if we have another person, then they bullshit get added. And I love to see a plan come together, especially when it was just like a chill, subtle, like, yeah, that was needed.
Off the strength, it was just the matter of me knowing that one place was going to be slammed and one place was going to be moderate. So, I mean,
well, you brought up both, so I guess either one could have been slammed, and we would have went to the other one.
Yeah, so either or, I've had that sort of innate ability to kind of figure out shit around the city to seem where, okay, I could go to this place and it's not going to be slammed with people, or I'm not going to have to wait. Or I could go to this place and it's just going to be moderate. It's like a 5 to 10 minute wait, and it's not going to take too long. Although
you did do what I hate when people say follow me and take the fuck off. Like, why do people do that? I need a deep dive on that. Like, why? People out there, if you do that, why? Like, I don't say follow me and then take the fuck off. And then luckily I did.
Niggas was right behind me, bro. You the one that stopped at that red light, bro.
You went on the red light. There was a difference between me stopping. You went when it was practically red. Because it was yellow turning, and then you took off. And I was like, why did he take off? And then you went a detoured way, and that's why I was confused. I'm not mad at the way you went because that was better for parking.
You safe driving ass, nigga. But no, I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit, but
yeah, outside of that,
all the nigga had to do was just follow me, gang. All he literally had to do was just follow me.
He took off people. There's a difference between following someone and chasing someone on a
catch
GTA
up.
mission.
What the fuck you talking about, bro?
No, man. There's a GTA mission where it's trailing a nigga, and then there's a GTA mission where you gotta go hawk a nigga down. I felt like I had to hawk you down.
Nigga, you heard what I said. Catch up. So that's all point. You literally had to do.
That's my point.
That's literally all you had to do.
I'm following you. Why do I have to catch up if I'm supposed to follow you?
What?
I'm following you.
Exactly. So you go, if you're following me, then you go the same speed as I do.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, you gotta go 50. What the fuck you talking about?
You're not winning this argument.
Oh, bro, damn.
Because if I don't know where to go,
nigga, I got all the lights. Oh, you saying you didn't know where to go? I told you where to go. I told you the directions though. So like, even if you wasn't following me,
you said go.
Even if you wasn't following me,
even if you
wasn't following me, I gave you the directions to go there, like early on. So you know where it is, low key, because I told you where it is.
No, I knew where it is because I used GPS.
Exactly. So nigga, you would know where it was.
No.
Oh my god, bro. All right, anyway, all right. You doing good, bro? You good?
We still haven't talked about your weekend.
You good, bro? My weekend was good. You doing good?
Outside of that?
It was good.
And then how are you?
I'm all right, bro. Are you good? Are you fine, bro? You had a good Valentine's Day?
So, weekend started off on some bullshit. Actually, no, let me scratch that. Let's see. Saturday, what happened? Oh, Saturday was cool. I didn't do too much. I went to work. Work was fine. I ended up surprising two of my homegirls at work with their Valentine's Day gift. I went kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. One of them was out of town. I was kind of pissed that she was out of town, but I digress. So I was able to send her money. And then the other two, I got them like this teddy bear, got them their favorite candy, and then like a tulip, because one of them said that they like tulips, and they said that their favorite color was pink.
Where do you get tulips at?
I just went to the grocery store, and they were there.
At Hy-Vee?
One of them. And then I think that was probably like my favorite part, because I was kind of not hinting at that I was going to give them a gift, but I was just kind of making it known. Like, I was asking the questions of like, oh, what's your favorite, what is your favorite color? What is your favorite candy? And what is your favorite flower? And then like, it's always funny because the women, at least at my job that I got gifts for, they're very independent. They're very high functioning, like people. Like they're the ones that get out the mud, and that's why I love and appreciate them because they're always themselves too, and they keep work entertaining. And now that practically everybody's fucking leaving, they're like one of the main reasons I'm still there. So when I was kind of asking all these questions, they were like, "Hell no! Like, well, you better not give me nothing, Brian." And like, just all hard body, all like masculine energy and stuff like that. Boy, I came up there and I bought like one of those, I guess gift bags, kind of like a bag you put a present in, but it's like more of a nicer bag rather than like some grocery store bag or whatever.
Right.
I don't know how else to describe it outside of that. They were kind of like hard body. Man, once I came up there and just handed them their gift, like the guard just dropped immediately. The smile went up immediately. So it was a feel-good feeling. And it was like that felt good to me because I know the kind of like year that they kind of all three had, where they all three had some bullshit and had some adversity to battle. And they all three had their own stories and stuff that they needed to take care of. So I appreciate someone. I think that's why I never like looked at you in a weird light, or I looked at like them in a weird light, because although you do some shit that can be annoying or can be problematic, you've always been Tyler, so that's why I would always kind of go to bat for you. And I feel the same way with them. Like they're always themselves, that I respect them being angry. I respect them being happy, sad, every sort of emotion that they could feel. And obviously they're women, so like women are going to tend to feel more emotions than men. So I just want to show, even if it was for a split second, even if it was for like that day alone, like that them being themselves matters, and them being themselves is dope, and they should never be nothing else other than themselves. And I like that feel good moment. Like I don't, like I might jokingly make a Snapchat saying I didn't get none today, but I didn't do it for the recognition. I didn't do it for a post. I didn't do it. I did it just because I wanted to do it. Like I wanted to show like, hey, like basically I see you. Like you, like y'all are dope. I fuck with y'all, and like y'all keep me sane, and keep me here, because I guess that's Sunday. So I'll get into Sunday. But Saturday, so it felt good to do that. Everybody was kind of in good spirits, and everybody kind of like it made my day to know that I made, even if it was for a second, I made them smile and like cheer up for a second. So that was cool. Work was okay. Then I went to my grandma's. I chilled with my grandma's for like 3 hours. Kind of had healthy, good conversations. Kind of told her about Chicago, shit like that. The reason why I went Saturday is because I know it was obviously Super Bowl Sunday, so I was just going to be in the cut. I texted you because I was talking to my dad about some buffs and getting some glasses, and he likes them, but he's just looking for a specific tint, so I don't know that maybe we will get buffs. I think that'd be a cool little bonding experience if we both get some shades or whatever. But then I hit you, and then you hit me back, and then that's how we got into our whole ordeal about going out and get some food. That was a great time. Felt good. Had some good food in me. Went to work. Work was pretty much had a rush. Then left work. And then we're going to get into the Super Bowl as well, obviously. But to put the Super Bowl away for a second, I leave and I come home. And for those of you who don't know, I am at the crib, unfortunately. But both parents was like, yo, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, chilling. I think I was working on some podcast shit. I'm like, nothing? What do you mean? It's like, nigga, did you see your car? And it looked like Wolverine had slashed one of my tires. And like my dad was like, oh, nah, you got to get that shit fixed today. Because if you hit the wrong bump, obviously, knock on wood, by the grace of God, I never have. But he was like, nigga, nah, you need to get that shit fixed today. So I downloaded the app to a car service spot. And this car service story is goofy as fuck. So download the app because the only way that you can schedule something is through the app. So I scheduled tire replacement, and that's all I click because it has select buttons that you click, and then it gives you a time. So, obviously this is Super Bowl Sunday when I'm doing all this and downloading the app. It's the Super Bowl. Niggas is probably watching the Super Bowl because I got off at work around 4-ish. And, like, by getting off of work at 4, it's like niggas ain't about to stay till 6 when the game starts at like 5:30. So it automatically fast forwards to tomorrow. Like, so this is Monday. It automatically fast forwards like, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna come in, blah, blah, blah. So then I'm texting my homie at my other job, my main job, my 9-to-5 job. I'm like, yo, I'm showing him the pictures of the tire. I'm like, nigga, I gotta get this shit fixed because I'll be damned to spend all this bread on fixing this tire and then trying to take an Uber to go to work. I'm like, I'm prioritizing this so I can get to work. I'd rather get to work super late and just close than to go to work early with the fucked up tire, then leave and have the tire be fucked up and then be in a world of hurt. So he's like, cool. Yeah, I understand that. Do your thing. I'm like, cool. So I set it up for 8 a.m. bright and early. I think I'm supposed to be at work at 8:30. So I get there, right? This is the next day. The place that I go to, I'm not going to name, but it's relatively close to where I live. And so I get there about 7:57.
Is it right up the street?
I'm not going to say.
I know where's that.
I'm not going to say. I get there, and dude is like, I tell him who I am and like, yo, my car and this, that, and the third. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, so you had tire replacement for 4 tires, right? And I'm like, that's odd on the app. It just said tire replacement. It never said how many tires, what tires I want, and how much the tires is. Nigga, what? I'm like, no. And he's like, huh, it said 4. And I'm like, I didn't get the option to pick 4. All I did was hit one big ass button that said tire replacement, and that was it. It didn't give me no details. It didn't ask me no questions. It didn't even ask me what tires I want. So all I did was tire replacement. And he's like, okay. So I was like, yeah, I think I just want 1 or 2. As a matter of fact, just give me the fronts. That's all I need. And he's like,
even the fronts run you a good.
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, okay. Well, I can't do shit about that now. He didn't say that, but like more or less that's how I took it. So I was like, what do you mean you can't do nothing about that right now? He's like, oh, because we don't have tires here. He's like, the tires, we got to order them and they're not going to be in here till like 2 or 1. So I'm sitting there thinking like, why in the fuck would you allow me to schedule a tire replacement at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning if the tire's not going to be here till 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Nigga. What are we talking about?
Oh, shit, man. That's crazy as hell.
And so I'm sitting there like, okay. All right, the tire's going to be here too. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. All right, bro. So then I leave. And I'm like, fuck it, I might as well go to work at this point. So I go to work, tell the work story. They're like, why would they let you schedule the appointment if you can't even? I was like, I know. I don't get it. It's like you work on cars and tires and all this other shit, but y'all ain't have no cars and tires to work on.
Dumb, because they supposed to have, because has a repair shop, you would think that they would have some sort of tires on stock, like on them, like as they speak. But maybe here's the thing about it, because they may have not had your size in whatever tire that you have. Mm-hmm. They may have not had that in stock, so they obviously then they got to order from somewhere else, because that's how they be doing me. They don't have my tires like a specialty. So like they got ordered from somewhere else, and you know it comes with it. It's good that it comes within the day, but at the same time, it's like bro, damn, bro, like I wanted this done like now, right here, right now.
Like I agree with everything you're saying. I just kind of wish there was some sort of inkling of like, hey, nigga, we got to order this tire because we don't have these tires here. Like, don't allow me to schedule the appointment for 8 if you know you can't service me until 2. Because I kind of looked goofy because, like, when I got there, everybody was looking at me like, damn, what you here for? Didn't you say that you wasn't going to be here till later? And I was like, well, shit, I thought so too.
Right.
And so I went to work, was able to leave work early. And then I called them at my lunch. I was like, yeah, I'm only getting 2 tires. They're like, oh, okay. Of course, I was using a card that my mom had between the credit card on them. So basically, I had to pay her back anyway. And by me having to pay her back, you know how, like, you don't want to, like, you could owe someone. Like, it's one of those situations where I know I could owe my mom, like, a decent amount of money. But it's like you don't want to owe someone more money just because it's, like, more of a hassle of paying off. So she was also saying, like, nah, just get the 2 front tires, and especially because we looked at the tires. Like, the other 2 tires are completely fine, but the 2 front ones are the ones we got worried about. Then she's over here texting me, like, I hate what I've noticed too about myself is not that I'm a bad communicator. I'm bad at telephone. So it's not that like if I'm communicating with you, me and you can have great communication, but me trying to tell what you said to me to someone else is where it always gets misconstrued, because you could be saying something different after I tell this person. Like basically your response could be how you responded to that, but then I'm talking to both people.
I just got good at conversation. Well, not even good, just decent at like phone conversation.
And like, so I'm talking to my mom, so she says 2, and then like after a while she's like, well, you could have got 4. And I'm like, nigga, why would you say that when oh my God, whatever, you waited too late. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just get to 2.
4 gotta wait till the spring.
Right. I was like, fuck it, I'll get to 2 and I'll be good. So what happened? I go there, drop the car off. And the crazy thing, too, is there was a guy and a girl. The girl is the one I talked to in the afternoon. She was cool, whatever I said. The guy kind of was singing a different tune once she said that. And I was kind of sitting there thinking, I was like, nigga, you the one said I needed 4. When she accepted that, I said 2. It's like, all right, whatever. I digress. So dropped the car off, end up walking back, and financial situation's fucked. I'm trying to do the calculations, trying to carry money over from cards and all types of shit. And then I finally get the call, and then I'm walking back, and then I see yo mama about at your house. When I saw her, I was behind. I was kind of like, if I'm walking up to your house kind of from the school, I was like the house. I was at your neighbor's basically. But the way she was walking down is like she was walking down turning this way. And so there's also another lady walking her dog. So she did the thing. I don't know. Maybe dogs got anxiety. Maybe dogs get nervous. Maybe I'm trying to give her every excuse of not being racist. I don't think this lady was racist, but she did the thing where a nigga walking on this side of the sidewalk as me, I'm gonna walk over here. So she proceeds to walk on this side of the sidewalk, like the opposite side of your street. I see your mom. Not that I haven't talked to her in some years. It just felt like a lot of conversation for what I had to do and explain, like, yo, yeah, my car fucked up, this, that, and the third, bills wasn't right, blah, blah, so I had to walk back and go to this place and get the car. And this, I didn't feel like that was the first conversation I wanted to have with your mama when I haven't seen her in a year or so.
Right.
So I kind of did the thing where I walked across the street. So now I'm kind of like walking with the lady with the dog, and then she kind of stopped because the dog goes to sniff something. So I just had to like beeline. So I kind of felt embarrassed, not because it's not like your mom's super nice. I think she would understand and all that stuff, but I just didn't want that to be the first time I talked to her in a while. Like, damn, Brian, what you doing on my street? Like, oh, well, my car's fucked up and I had to go walk and get it and this, that, and the third, and I'm failing in life. And I didn't want that conversation to be the first conversation I had. So I saw her. I was just like, that's awkward. Because I'm like, what are the fucking odds of me walking on your street and then she was taking out the trash, now I think about it. Like her ironically taking out the trash at that exact moment. It's like, what the fuck?
It's crazy as hell, man.
And so, I
don't know where the fuck I was at.
Ended up getting my.
Was this Saturday?
No, this was
Sunday?
yesterday.
Wait, yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck was I? Oh, I was at work probably.
And ended up getting my car, then meeting some homegirls at a restaurant. Think I got food poisoning, and then I ain't gonna lie, like once that car shit happened, that kind of killed. Wow, it's gonna sound dark. I don't mean it in a dark way, but it kind of killed my will to live. Like, bro, because it was more so. Like, obviously, I'm being over dramatic, right? But it's not. I don't have a problem with having problems. I've never had a problem with having problems. I don't want to act like a woe is me ass nigga. Like feel sorry for me. I'm sad. I'm useless. I'm this. I'm that. I've never felt that way. I never have. Never will. My problem is when I go to fix the problem. My problems have problems, nigga. That shit is the shit that stresses me out. If this X thing happens, okay, how do I go about fixing X thing? I go to see if I could fix X thing, and then X thing don't know why the fuck this is fucked up. It's because I mean, I'm sure Tyler's seen it with the podcast. Like we've had so many technical problems with the podcast, and I don't know how to fix it. And by me not knowing how to fix it is when I start stressing out. I don't stress out because we have a problem. It sucks. Like, the only time I think I flat out immediately stressed out because we had a problem, I think it was the space interview. But that's because that took forever and a half just to schedule, and then we finally scheduled it, and this shit wanted to, like, act up. And yeah, so that's like my only problem with life is, like, I'm trying to fix problems I have now, and I don't need more problems. And then on top of that, I'm really lucky. For as much as I, like, complain and I'm stressed and I'm this and the third, I'm really, really fucking lucky. I got, like, good people around me. Because holy shit, I don't know what I would do. If I didn't have my parents around me, man, I don't know what the fuck I would do. I really don't.
Straight up.
So let's get into the Super Bowl, man. The Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35.
Yes, they did.
Do you want to talk about the game first, or do you want to talk about halftime first?
Let's do halftime first.
It's kind of mid.
You're not wrong.
I get why. Guess she was on that stage, and that, I ain't gonna lie, that platform did look kind of wobbly. It looked kind of scary.
And she was pregnant.
Rihanna did announce her second baby with A$AP Rocky. So she was kind of like harnessed into the little stand behind her. I mean, visually speaking, I feel like there's two perspectives, right? There's a perspective and aspect from watching it. Like, watching the performance, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 or a 7.5. Obviously, she has factors of being pregnant. I think it's still impressive that she went up there and still had the breath control and was able to sing and move and dance and choreography as a pregnant lady. I don't think Rihanna's really been, like, she could dance. She's obviously talented and has great footwork, but I don't think she's really been known as a performer like that. It's more of her voice. And then, like, but I think in the Super Bowl aspect, like, if you're not looking at the screen and you're just looking at the actual performance, it might have been worse because of that. Any thoughts so far on the performance?
I think it's one of the. I think it was one of those performances where, like, you just had to see live, like, there. You know, it probably would have been more with, as far as the theatricals, the cinema, all the lights and stuff like that. It probably would have been better if it was there, but, like, visually on a TV screen, it was a.
You think so?
It was a.
Only reason I say that too is because, like,
I was at my mama's house. She ain't got no real HD TV. It's not like Ultra HD.
But I feel like it was worse just because of the strength of, like, there wasn't much.
I would love to see it live.
You think that? I think that's interesting. I think it's different. Just because it was like,
nigga, you would have just been happy to be there, honestly. It's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends.
You ungrateful ass nigga.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to. I don't think it has anything to do with it being ungrateful.
You wouldn't have a good time being in the Super Bowl, the biggest game of the fucking world. Are you saying you wouldn't have a good time?
It depends on where I'm at.
That's crazy as fuck.
How?
Nigga, you're at the Super Bowl.
So?
All right, you got it.
I'm saying so because...
You got it.
I'm sure... How do I want to work?
Don't let me get no money and we go to the Super Bowl. I'm taking Caleb. That's it.
Why? I mean, it's not that I wouldn't go, but I'm saying, like, I've had Super Bowl parties that were 10 times funner than going to a football game.
That ain't got anything to do with the game itself, nigga. As far as the game itself, you going to parties, you going to shit that...
Yeah, with people I love and get a good quality seat.
But you could go to the actual game with people that you love. I'm not just saying it's just you. You could take family members with you.
But you're saying it off the strength that you would have a good seat. A lot of seats are not good.
Okay. All right, let me reiterate this. With all of his costing, all of his expenses, everything in between, you got a good ass seat. You got like a 50-yard line seat. How's that change your aspect?
So, to the good seats that I've had,
all right.
I can only speak on what I've had. I can't speak on what I don't. to the good seats I've had, some seats can be ruined by people. And like there's some seats where niggas stood. Like I went to, what game did I go to? I went to a game, right? Niggas stood up the whole time. So we had to stand up the whole time. Niggas is like lapped up like sardines and all types of shit. Like everybody assumes that you go to a Super Bowl, you go to a finals game, you go to all these things and the experience is going to be different. Some experiences are not different. Some experiences, like, especially nowadays with all the technology and shit that you could get, like there's some times where, like I've been to football games and them niggas have only been on that side of the field for majority of the possessions. Like they might be over here for like 3 and out. They might kick a field goal. They might be this side and the third, and they're only on one side of the field. I don't know, do you have a desire to go to a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
really.
Not desire like a burning desire, but if it ever came an opportunity to me, yes, I would take it. Yes.
Would you take it over? Say, because I'm trying to think of sports you like. Would you take it over?
It's going to be Super Bowl, World Series, and then Stanley Cup, and then finals. So there you go.
Super Bowl is your one?
Yeah.
I feel like I would go to a baseball game more than I would a world football.
To each his own, bro.
But I mean, but to go back to the point, I feel like it's harder to see because there's certain angles or certain things that she did. Like seeing the cinematography of the performance on TV was probably 10 times better than seeing it in person, only because the only way you would see it in person and actually get the full experience of what Rihanna was doing, because she didn't do a lot, was the screen. And that's what I feel like, where you, to your point of saying that you feel like it would be a better performance in person, I don't know that I agree to that. The only way I could agree to that is because Rihanna hasn't performed in, God, I don't know. When's the last time she's performed?
Exactly. So the aesthetics alone, and the background alone, that would be enough for me to make it a decent performance to see live. For me, honestly, because if I'm already in the aspect of, damn, I'm at the Super Bowl, nigga, like I got some good ass seats, bro. I'm chilling. I'm with family, friends, all type of shit, bro. And I get to see Riri live, man. I'm taking the whole week off after that. That's just in my aspect, people. That's just me. I'm the type, from a dude that's been to a professional NFL game, been to a professional Major League game, been to a professional NBA game. Like, I like being there as far as that aspect. I like the ambiance. I like the stadiums, especially my teams. They get litty. So that's always a plus for me. If I could just be in that environment and be there, then that's all I really need. That's all I really need, bro.
I guess I'm the opposite. Because, I mean, like, it was cool. Like, I think it's something you have to experience, especially as a sports fan. I think it'd be idiotic not to go to any sort of game, whether that's college or professional. But after you see it, I'm like, all right, I'm cool. Like, I don't have the burning desire to be a season ticket holder. I don't think I'd ever be that, even if I was up to the point where I could be up. But I think it also
season tickets to these Tigers games.
But I mean, I also think it depends on the perspective of what you have. Like, if I think for the sake of conversation and to kind of, it's not that I don't disagree with Tyler, but like, I think if I was up and I was one of these celebrities to where I could be on the field and then go in the skybox or go have different angles and different perspectives, then hell yeah, I would go to the game. But, you know, we're common folk. We don't have that luxury. Like, some niggas gonna sit in the nosebleeds. Some niggas, like, the best seat I think I had was some UFC fights, and those were perfect seats. And that changed the hella perspective.
I ain't never been in no nosebleeds, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Not to brag, that's not even a brag. That's just like, to me, that's not worth it. So,
but there is a lot of people that be in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
There is that realm of, but there's also a lot of people that be in the nosebleeds that believe that too. I just personally think, because I just personally think that it would have been a better, like, I think the Rihanna concert was better watching rather than being in person. But I guess if that could be easily in the next 2 or 3 years, the only time you see Rihanna perform, I could see a world where you hold that to a higher standard. And also, I just think of Super Bowl like performances. I think of like Prince. I think of Michael Jackson. I think of Bruno Mars. I think of Beyonce. Just last year, I thought that was a really good performance. Like, it just didn't hold up to the standard of Super Bowl performances. It was more of a look. Like, that's what it is. Like, they don't even get paid. First of all, I didn't know that shit.
Yeah, they don't get paid.
That was wild. I'm like, NFL really got it, because if they making sure niggas don't get paid.
That's crazy as hell when you think about that.
It is. But like when Rihanna pulled out that makeup kit to adjust or whatever, it said that Fenty went up. That
was smart.
843%.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was smart. But yeah, man, let's I guess, last Rihanna thing. Are you surprised that she didn't try to play a new song or put anything behind it? Like,
no. Because when I think about Super Bowl performances in that aspect, and this goes back to any Super Bowl performance ever. Most artists give the crowd pretty much the hits. Mm. You know, as far as, you know, the songs that, you know, have been on top billboards, that singles that they know, that everybody knows. So really, I actually enjoyed the lineup, the setup that she had for those songs, because I think, don't get me wrong, I think it went from, like, I'll give an example, went from like Work to Diamonds in the Sky was the last one. And then let's see,
I think Bitch Better Have My Money.
Bitch Better Have My Money was the first one. That was the good one to come out too. I ain't gonna lie, that one was the one, boy. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all when celebrities don't put out their new shit to Super Bowl, especially when they're not getting paid anyway.
True, but I mean, I guess also, we was just talking about branding with the makeup.
That's a Super Bowl. It's not like an actual concert.
But if we're talking about branding with the makeup, I think one song doesn't hurt. Like, a new single to come out to the Super Bowl, especially since it's like people have been dying for Rihanna music and we just haven't been getting it. And now it seems like we're not going to get it anytime soon. Like, it very well could be 2025 before we get some new Rihanna music. Because obviously she's a new mother while still being pregnant and still having a business to run. Like, studios take time. Like, I've been fucking around with FL Studios, and like, I have a newfound respect for all the little rap niggas and all types of shit. Like, I got a newfound respect for the producers and all that stuff. Like, that shit is work. That is like a talent that I've never seen after getting in the studio. Like, that made me shut the fuck up. But it's hard, especially to be away from your family, and like, what does she have to like really sing and like make music about? Is there any songs that you wish she would have performed? Like, that there's one, I forgot what it's called. It starts with an O though, that people keep saying she should have performed. I'll know it if I look at Twitter, but I
would like to. I was thinking about this today. I was like, man, I would have gone crazy if she would have performed Rehab. That used to be my one. That was the one for me back in the day. Rehab, that was it.
Are you? I guess okay. Last Rihanna question. Are you surprised she didn't bring anyone out? Like,
no, she brought her baby out.
That's what everybody says.
That was the number two.
I think that's another thing. It's
you a hating ass nigga, bro. How you gonna be at that, bro?
It's not hating. It's just like it is kind of weird. I think that's another reason why people feel like it was kind of just because like you always get to see like unique performances and unique, at least one artist. Like, almost Rihanna could have done a passing of the torch if there was someone that she was like in the realm of working with or whatever. Like, granted, like some people went out.
I think you was expecting too much out of a Super Bowl halftime show, bro.
I don't think so at all.
I think so.
No.
Yeah.
Nigga, last year was literally proof of that.
Okay, but that was last year. And second of all, it was a bunch of niggas too.
Okay.
And it was in L.A.
So this is Rihanna.
So you cannot show out and not be in L.A. in a big-ass stadium, big-ass SoFi new stadium.
Why don't you think you could do the same with Rihanna?
Not to put Arizona, but it's Arizona. It doesn't have the same it doesn't have the same revenue as far as an L.A. being in California does.
I think you got Arizona.
Granted has good. I'm not bashing on Arizona at all, but at the same time, you just gotta look where you're at.
Arizona's up. It's not L.A.
I don't mean nothing. But what does that mean to California though?
But that's what I'm saying is Arizona's up and it's Rihanna. I think had Rihanna not been pregnant and Kanye West wasn't fucking insane,
splitting hairs.
That we would have got hellish. We probably would have got Kanye. I don't think we get Drake. I think Drake has to do his own Super Bowl. I can't see Drake being featured a part of someone else's Super Bowl. There's not a world where we don't get Kanye and maybe Jay-Z with a Rihanna that's not pregnant.
I don't know.
Because I feel like Rihanna would want to do it up. The only reason why we got this performance is because she was pregnant.
You can't blame it on her though.
I'm not saying it's not a blame. It's like if you know you can't do too much, you're not going to try it.
She's under contract to do the Super Bowl.
But that's what I'm saying. She could have had plans. She could have had plans to have Jay-Z and Beyonce and do these different things and move these different ways. But because that's what I'm saying. The choreography.
Mad she got pregnant. That's
I'm not
crazy.
mad she got pregnant. I'm not one of these niggas that's like, oh, ASAP did it again. It showed up in me. I'm not that nigga. I'm not that. What I'm saying is Rihanna could have easily done more. I think the Super Bowl knew she was pregnant and they had to limit some of the stuff she could have done. I don't think that's crazy to say.
Which is completely okay, though. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but
there's nothing wrong with that, Brian.
Yeah. Because Rihanna's one of them.
It's a Super Bowl performance, bro.
But every Super Bowl performance has been that. Bruno Mars and Beyonce killed it.
I'm not saying they didn't.
Michael Jackson killed it.
But there has been some duds. You can't say there hasn't been.
Prince has killed it. Last year they killed it. What were the duds?
I want to say what was that one with Katy Perry?
On the left sharp. I don't even know what Super Bowl that was. But I wouldn't. Katy Perry to me is not up there with them.
Depends on who you talk to. It's subjective.
But when you say depends on who you talk to, if I talk to anyone that holds Katy Perry and Rihanna in the same sentence, I know I'm not talking to the right person I need to talk to.
I don't know. Like I said.
Okay, but I'm asking your opinion.
Like I said.
I'm asking you, though.
About what?
Do you think they in the same comparison and conversation?
I think they could if Katy Perry would just make some more fucking music. Because really, honestly, they really in the same realm. They really in the same realm right now.
I want to say you're wrong, but you're not in some way.
I know.
But I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, it was Rihanna. Like, she had the hype of like, oh, she gonna kill it. I don't think there's a world where anyone didn't think that Rihanna was gonna do a top 5 performance. It just didn't happen. So I don't think it's more so people had too unrealistic expectations. I think people had Rihanna expectations. She just couldn't deliver to Rihanna's standpoint. Well, we also not mad because Rihanna's not one to just throw shit out there without trying her full-fledged effort. But that's why people are fans and that's why people are fiending. It's the same thing with Kendrick. Like, niggas want more Kendrick music, but...
Want more Kendrick music.
A lot of people, Tyler. Just because you don't like him. Like, a lot of people...
I didn't say that. I just asked a question, bro.
But yeah, it's the same thing. Like, she's an artist. Like, she's one of them. So yeah, you're gonna have the one of them on the highest standpoint. But yeah, to get into the game though, and I guess we could kind of we spent a lot of time on a Rihanna topic. I don't know if we really went anywhere or had a conversation that was organic, but there's a lot of topics of the Super Bowl that I want to get to. I guess we could start off with the elephant in the room first. Do you think it was a hold?
What?
Do you think it was a hold?
Yeah.
And you think it deserved to be called?
I think they should just let him play.
See, what I don't understand with that, right, is at what point should they have called a flag then? Not necessarily that play. There was only 9 penalties called that whole game, so they kind of, in theory, let them play. But one of the penalties that was called for holding was that exact same sort of grab and hold. So at what point do you want? When I say do you, I'm not talking to you, but I'm saying in general. What point do niggas want them to call flags? Not in the last final minutes of the game. So niggas get blatant calls, like, because like my thing is like. The same standpoint I have about the LeBron James. The only reason I remember that vividly is because I was just editing that clip. And that clip is going to be funny as hell. Just got to finish it. It's like, Nick, what do you niggas want? The refs are part-time. The refs are not in a union. The refs are only obligated to work for the NFL during the season. And there's no repercussions or no sanctions for their actions. So if they call a shitty call, they just go home. Like nothing happened. These are just workers. Third-party niggas that you hired. I think there's never been a game where everybody agreed that the refs did a good job, nor will there ever be a game where the refs do a good job. So
you're not wrong because somebody got to lose. Somebody's team got to lose.
True.
So,
and I feel the same way whether the Chiefs won or the Eagles won in roles were reversed. Bradbury was, if you want to say he was hand fighting and it was pretty much pressing him, at the line of scrimmage, I don't disagree. But the moment that Juju was ahead of him by a step and had him beat, he did grab him. It is a flag. You throw the flag. I feel like, personally, what we need to do in order to not be in a situation like this, I kind of can't remember the down. I kind of wish I would remember the down. I could see it in my head, but I don't want to make an assumption because obviously I think it led to a first down. I wish that flags were on a leveling system, kind of like the NBA flagrant fouls. So they usually, when there's a flagrant foul, the NBA, I think at least the last couple seasons, they review it. So if it's a flagrant one, you get one more, and then if you get another flagrant one, you're ejected. Or if it's a flagrant 2, you're ejected immediately. I wish they would do that with flags because I feel like there's a hold where maybe there's a 5 yards or a repeat of down. I think no one bats an eye at a repeated down. And then there's a hold where, like, it's blatantly obvious he's holding him, he's tucking it, he's grabbing his whole jersey, and he cannot make a physical play at the ball. I think Juju had a step. I think Juju could get closer to the ball than people think that the ball wasn't in play and they want to say it wasn't catchable. But I think if Juju doesn't get held there, they're both closer to the ball than what it was. So for everybody to sit there and complain about the refs call, and I was like, y'all never going to like the refs anyway. I don't think there's a single call that everybody agrees on, like, unless it's egregious. Because, I mean, it's the same way, like, the Saints and the Rams a few years back. But that egregious call where the nigga literally ran into him and they didn't call shit. It's like, there's going to be calls in a game you're not going to like. That should have been called, but it wasn't. And I don't say, like, oh, that's too damn bad, but at the same time, it's just like these are flawed humans who are going to fuck up and they not in the union, and these are third-party niggas that they get hired for the season, and that's it. Like, these niggas do not give a fuck about football once they're done. The coaches, the players, the coordinators, everybody else has to give a fuck about football all year round and think about football and apply and get themselves ready and right for football. The refs don't. So until you do something to where either, like,
I feel like you gotta have some sort of love for the game to be any type of official in any sport.
Yeah,
because otherwise, what would be the point in being there?
I don't know. You have to ask the rest of that. I never, like, loved the game so much that I wanted to be a referee.
Because we don't see yourself as a referee. You see yourself as more of a player or a coach or assistant coach or a coordinator. Nobody really wants to be a referee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why. And then that's another thing too about the call, right?
And that's a hard job. That's a hard ass job.
Very hard.
So
especially with this. And that's another thing about a referee is like, nigga, somebody got to do it. And on top of that, I think the leveling up system would be a great change to flags. I think how there's 2 challenges and you get a third challenge if you get both challenges successful. There should be a challenge for flags. There should be at least one a game if you don't want to slow down a game, and you should be able to review it to where either you pick up your flag and you keep the play moving, or you like review it and then like the flag stays the same, or have it to where. So usually there's a line judge, and the line judge is the one that judges off sides, right? If one of the line judges judge the offsides and they review it, say they go to the tapes and this and the third, you should have it to where I think there's like 7 official referees or something like that. Because there's like 4 on the field, 4 or 5 on the field, and I think there's 2 like in like certain situations. We should all become basically yes or no, and then judge it by that. Because if we allow one nigga to, if one referee is watching the secondary and the wide receivers, i.e. the Bradbury and Juju Smith-Schuster, he might be a referee with a quick trigger finger. And then there's referees that let niggas play. And outside of really a couple flags, they were letting niggas play. So they might have a different conversation if it's like, I don't think that was personally a holding call. But if he's like, you only go off the back judge might only call holding. Like
So for you, what's a obnoxious amount of flags in the game? Where it would be like, all right, them niggas, all right, this is enough now. All right. What would be a ridiculous amount of flags in the game? I've seen games where there's like 15 flags.
That's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on what the flags are. Like, because, I mean, there was some, like...
Whether it be holding calls, whether it be, all sides, whether it be...
Because, like...
intentional grounding.
Because, like, I think it was like a Week 5 game, right? And it was the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And it was the play where Chris Jones sacked Derek Carr, had the ball, like, in between Derek Carr and had the ball in his hand and was lightly just landing on him, and they called that roughing the passer. Or I think they accidentally pushed Kyler Murray down in some game this year, and they called roughing the passer. There's been a few egregious roughing the passer calls. And roughing the passer, every single time, is a 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down. That's momentum shift.
How is a sack roughing? Because technically, that's a sack.
And
the ball has to be thrown out of play, into play, for it to be roughing the passer. Everything happens after that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I thought that was an egregious call. There's been some bad calls this season. That's why I think they should make an implemented system to where you got to review it, or there got to be levels to flags. Like that should be like a level 1 roughing the passer or something like that. And maybe that's just a 5-yard penalty repeated down. Because it got to a point where it's gotten to a point where NFL teams could really just tell like your best wide receiver. Like I could tell you to go deep, and then as long as the DB like plays more you than the ball and fucking like cuts you off in some sort of capacity, that could be a defensive pass interference, spot at the foul. That could be a 40-yard gain, and to me that's a crazy play. It should only be a 15-yard gain.
I did that shit in Madden the other day.
And that shit is such a momentum swing. Like they got to do something. But I do think it was a hold. I think, yeah, it sucks when they called it, but like if a flag's a flag in the referee's eyes, they're gonna call that shit. Like I don't know what ref sucks, bro. Like refs suck. Referees suck. Somebody got to do the job. Yeah, referees suck. I don't know what else you want from a nigga.
What these bitches want from a nigga.
What else do you think about the game? It was a good game too.
I thought it was a damn good game. As far as Jalen, he did his thing. I think he like tied for like most rushing touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
I think he broke it.
I think he broke it. Did he break it? It was like
it was 2. It was 2. And then he had 3 rushing touchdowns. He had a passing touchdown too.
Yeah, a passing touchdown too. So he did his thing. He was definitely he stood his ground for that being his first Super Bowl ever. Yeah, I actually enjoyed Jalen Hurts passing and just his ability to be able to just stay poised, not get shooken up, and nigga can run. Like I didn't like that nigga can run, bro. Like I saw a whole lot of QB draws. It was
that's also credit to Jason Kelce too.
Yeah,
because he was clearing shit up. Like
he was.
Jalen was able to get like a yard or 2 every time because of that. Also,
I think he was averaging like 5 yards a carry.
Also, that shoulder was fucked up though.
It was. You could tell it was
because that last play, that ball, boy. That shit looked like me for real. I could do that. That shit was crazy. I was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, he need to get that shoulder fixed immediately. Because don't get me wrong,
they had to run back to that bitch.
I do want Jalen Hurts to get paid, and I think it was a perfect scenario. I thought everybody played good. Patrick Mahomes is obviously him. Andy Reid is obviously him. Travis Kelce is obviously him. But Jalen was able to showcase that he's Philly's quarterback, which I love to see. Also, I saw some narratives. Oh my God, they're so nasty. Some niggas was already saying like, "Yo, Jalen, he the man, he killed it," but they still need to draft a quarterback. I'm like, all right, nigga.
How the fuck? All right.
That's what I was trying to prevent with the Super Bowl, and I feel like Jalen played perfect, and niggas still saying that. I was like, you can't win from losing.
That's crazy as hell.
You cannot win from losing. It was cool to see. It was just cool to see a good game. And also, to be honest, I know the flag was the flag, and it was more.
Super Bowl game I've seen in a while.
Oh, in a while? Yeah, at least the last couple of years. I know that flag was like obviously a momentum killer, and it pretty much sealed the game. But I really think that fumble is what. If you want to ask, like, what was really the defining moment, was kind of that fumble because they got that, they scooped it up, scored a touchdown, and then on top of that, the fact that Kansas City only had the ball for 3 minutes in that second quarter.
That's the thing that I liked about Philly's offense is that they kept them niggas on the sidelines. Yeah. They said, I think there was a time frame where Patrick Mahomes wasn't on the field for like 23 minutes.
I believe it because I believe it because I'm sure it was probably 23 minutes in like real time because in the second quarter, they only had the ball for 3 minutes because, like, Philly was driving, and then they had that fumble, and then Kansas City scored that touchdown.
So
Philly still went down there and scored, and they were still driving, and they got the ball back with 3 minutes left.
So they was controlling that clock for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Because it said Philly had the time of possession was 35 minutes, and then Kansas City was just 24 minutes, and then that's also because another thing too is like when I think of momentum is like Jalen really didn't play a bad game outside of that fumble, but that's why I think that fumble is more troublesome than the damn penalty because if you take away the penalty, right, there is time left on the clock, and yes, Philly can still get down in field goal position and kick a field goal, and then they go into overtime. But Philly's defense in that second half gave up 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
and then a field goal, so it was like
They did not show up this game.
Not that second half, they did. At first,
and that was their whole season too.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy to me. Niggas do a complete 180 when they get into the Super Bowl. A team never has, from what I've seen, a team never has everything that was advertised in the regular season. Yeah. Something's always missing, like when it comes to that big game. You know,
because they literally switched identities. Like Philly immediately started passing, and then Kansas City immediately went to the run game. And Pachenko, a dog, like that boy was running.
He was getting his, yeah.
He's a beast. I don't know, like obviously running backs come a dime a dozen, especially the cheaper. I want to say the last running back that really got paid like that was Gurley in a Super Bowl. Every other running back has been under $1 million. Like that's been in the Super Bowl. That's been successful. And that was a grip ago. And then Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, like their scheme was just crazy because that motion and that motion they would stop it, and then Philly would obviously try to switch, or they would carry somebody over and like they hand off the player. Them boys just got schemed. Them boys just got played like they was in Madden. Like the scheme was just killing it. Like Kansas City is just different, bro. They and then also we got to talk about that too. Like real quick. Do I pull the race card? Is it racist at this point?
It's Black History Month, so proceed with caution.
Because Eric Bieniemy, or however you say his last name, I apologize if I'm butchering it. I think I am. The offensive coordinator for Kansas City Chiefs does not get a job, but the Eagles offensive coordinator and the Eagles defensive coordinator both get head coaching jobs after losing the Super Bowl to that same brother. At this point, he has to be a bad interview. Cause I think that's the biggest thing. It's like no one really wants to just blatantly call racism, but at the same time, it's like, what does a nigga have to do in order to get an opportunity to be a head coach? You mean to tell me you've called plays for the Kansas City Chiefs the last 5 seasons at least, and the last 5 seasons you went to the AFC Championship game, and the last 3 of those you went to the Super Bowl, and then 2 of those you won. You've led Patrick Mahomes to have 2 regular season MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. You schemed against a great Phillies defense, cooked they motherfucking muffin. You schemed against a great 49ers defense, cooked them motherfucking muffin. You even schemed against a great Tampa Bay defense, but Tampa Bay's defense was just good. Like a D-line like that travels anywhere. And we thought Eagles would have a D-line like that, but the Chiefs offensive line was actually really impressive. What does Eric have to do to get a head coaching job? Like, does this nigga really got to be asked to interview? Like, at this point, I just want to know what it is. I don't even care. Like, at this point, I just want to know. Because I don't want to say it's racist, but it's like, damn, dog.
They must know something that we don't.
They must got dirt on Cuz, and he just cannot leave. Because, like, yeah, I don't understand. I've never seen anyone be this exceptional as a head coach, because they said you got to get experience, but then they go hire Jeff Saturday. They say you got to go coach college, or no, they wanted someone. Yeah, they say they want someone experienced, but then hire college coach. Then you like, and this is not even like he's like the only one from the Andy Reid tree that didn't get a job.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand how you have that good of a coach and never give him an opportunity. I don't get it. He must say something crazy in interviews, and they just don't want to hire him.
They just don't fuck with it or something.
Because I don't understand it, bro. I really don't. Any thoughts and opinions on that? I think it's bullshit, but
same with you. I'm right here, bro. Because like when you look at black head coaches. I mean,
it's still fuck Todd Bowles, by the way.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. Mike Tomlin is pretty much the standalone anomaly.
Yeah,
when you think about it, and I think it was just just either this year or last year was his first like losing season. And, like,
they won.
They won.
Mm-hmm. They went 9-8.
Oh, see, yeah,
they just didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, he's had winning season damn near since he's been there.
I know, every year,
every single year since he's been there, and that was like 2008.
Mm-hmm. He's really the only anomaly.
He's really that. Tony Dungy, obviously, great head coach, great football mind. You know,
DeMeco Ryans, they hired him.
Yeah,
and I actually like that. I like that for Houston too.
I do,
especially being a former Houston linebacker. Like, he actually cares about that city and that town. So hopefully they could. I doubt they'll be able to turn around, but hopefully they can start winning. And I kind of hope they give him a couple years too. But I just don't get why Eric cannot get a job. I really just don't understand. It's kind of sad. It's almost sad at this point because it's like, yo,
damn shame.
It's like it's almost a meme every year because it's not. It's never been a year where like Kansas City's offense is bad. they might not go to the Super Bowl, but they're still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Putting up crazy numbers. Granted, they got Patrick Mahomes, so they got him as far as the quarterback goes. But they, I just don't understand it. I really don't.
Pat Mahomes, boy.
Speaking of Pat Mahomes, and something I actually want to get your thoughts and opinions on, I feel like the AFC is easier to list than the NFC. So we're going to start off with the AFC. Give me your top 5 AFC quarterbacks going into next year. Now, when I say AFC, keep them at the team that they played this season for. So, i.e., like Lamar could potentially go somewhere, but we don't know where he's going to go. Derek Carr did get released by the Raiders, but he's technically a Raider in this list. So who would be your top 5 AFC
that you know is going to be here? That you know is going to be here.
That played this season. That played this season. Yeah, and then excluding like Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady, when we get to the NFC, he's going to retire. So I'm not going to count him on my list. I just want that to be known. For you don't have Tom Brady on your list. Nigga's done. But yeah, so give me your top 5 AFC quarterbacks.
Gotta go with the big man in KC.
Right.
Obviously. Then I don't know. For the past couple seasons, from what I've been seeing, Josh Allen, he's got to be either second or third, and it's looking like a good third.
Ron gonna hate me because that's where I got him.
I got him at third, bro. So number 2, from what I've seen this year, I gotta go with Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence. Wait. I'm definitely going Burrow.
I was about to say.
I gotta go Burrow. Trevor Lawrence is 4th. He's 4th.
I'm not mad at 4th.
I'm gonna go 4th.
Not mad at 4th.
And then 5th. 5th might be ugly here.
Because it's kind of hard too.
Do you go Tua?
That's your list. Whatever you want.
I'm gonna go Tua. Just off the strength because I needed a 5th there. Because I really wasn't gonna put Lamar there. He's probably 6th. I would put 6th there.
Damn. So you got Herbert 7th?
You know what? I forgot about Herbert. Definitely. Yeah. You know what? Jay Herbo 5th. I'm putting Jay Herbo 5th.
So I guess my top 3 looks exactly the same as Tyler's. I think Pat Mahomes is him. There's no question about it.
Josh Allen got to show me something.
Yeah. And that's why I got Joe Burr 2nd.
Joe Shiesty.
Because he's been to 2 AFC championship games and a Super Bowl. And like he said, his window is not closing. And also, he's just been the most consistent. Josh Allen's kind of getting more inconsistent. Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs has been amazing, but there was a Josh Allen without him, and he didn't look the greatest. And I can see an argument where you say, oh, if you take away your best weapon, then we'll see what you look like. Yeah, you took away Tyreek Hill from Patrick Mahomes. He's still him. So it depends on the quarterback. And not to mention, Jamar Chase did miss a few games this year, and Joe Burrow still looked pretty damn good. Didn't look the same, obviously, but still looked pretty good.
With all concern, that O-line still shit in Cincinnati. I mean,
yeah, that's true. My 4th, I got a spicy take. Well, not really. My 4th is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, when healthy, is him. It's Timothy. I think people keep failing to realize that. Also, people keep failing to realize that this nigga is throwing to Mark Andrews, which Mark Andrews is a solid tight end, and he's a top 5 tight end. Argue with your mother. But outside of Mark Andrews, who the fuck else he throwing to? A 35-year-old Deshaun Jackson? I love D-Jack. D-Jack's my nigga. I love D-Jack. But come on, my nigga, be fucking for real. Like, who? You can't name me a solid receiver for the Baltimore Ravens that he's had.
I can't.
So that's what I'm saying. So he has no other choice but to run. Imagine what he could do in, like, Miami. That's kind of where I want to see him go because I think that'd be a fun-ass offense to watch. And number 5. If I started a franchise, I would go with Josh Herbert, but for the sake of the season, and like I got to give credit where credit's due, you got to go Trevor Lawrence. Like he did his thing. He really shined out. And that would be my top 5 AFC quarterbacks that obviously played in the AFC, will probably be in the AFC next year.
That's your conference.
Now NFC gets hard. It gets very, very hard.
NFC's tricky. I ain't gonna lie.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a spicy take. I got some spicy takes. Like my number one, I think for the sake of the Super Bowl and what was able to do before the shoulder injury, I think you gotta go Jalen Hurts. He led a team. He played good. He looked phenomenal. He did his damn thing. It's unfortunate he got a shoulder injury, but I think Jalen Hurts could get even better as long as he gets healthy and all that stuff. Not to mention he was able to utilize those weapons. You got him weapons, he used them. Not to the best of his ability, but to what he was able to do in year one with the weapons like A.J. Brown. It's limitless. Yeah, number two, A-Rod. Can't go wrong with A-Rod. A-Rod is him. Timothy, Jones, all that. I think he could be dangerous if he goes to the Raiders. I kind of want to see him in the Raiders more than the Jets, but that's just me. Number three, God, this is where I struggle because I'm not going to lie. I should, for the sake of the list, put them in this list. But as far as my memory goes, I'm going to do everything in my power not to put them on the list. Number three, I don't want to put Dak or Kirk there. I feel like they both submit because they both inconsistent as hell. They both, when they play great, they're phenomenal. When they play ass, they're fucking garbricio.
If it ain't afternoon, Cousins don't even go in the conversation. If it ain't Sunday in the afternoon,
if it ain't a Sunday cookout like that.
They talking about that nigga Cinderella. He got, yeah, man.
That's funny. But I might have to put him in my list because I really can't think of like after those two. I can't think. I got one that I want to say, but I don't know if I want to be on a limb. You'll actually like the one I say too. I'm really trying to NFC East. Fuck no, I don't really want to put anyone in NFC North. I already got A-Rod.
Really, AFC got all the good quarterbacks.
That's bro.
That's the crazy thing about the NFC though.
When I started to think about like a top five in each conference, I was like, when I got to the NFC, I drew a blank.
Nigga, y'all got everything over there.
I was like, damn, y'all ain't got shit.
Really ain't got shit over here.
My third, as far as they was always themselves. Actually, no, I'm tripping. Geno would be my third. Geno played phenomenal. He just ran into a good ass 49ers team. Fuck, I still need is there an NFC South quarterback? I'm not counting Tom Brady because Tom
NFC South was sorry.
Yeah.
Them niggas been sorry.
Actually, you know what? My fourth would be Jared Goff. I would say that. My fourth would be Jared Goff. I had Jared Goff on my list the whole time. I didn't want to put him third because I felt like that would be blasphemy.
Hey, nice nigga.
So, I mean, come on. Like, be fucking for real. To me, I'd take Jared Goff because I know what I'm getting. Like, I don't think, like, Jared Goff was putting up insane numbers in certain games this year.
That man went 6 straight games without having an interception. He went 182 passes without a turnover.
Yeah. So then, fuck. I wish Justin Fields actually throw the ball more. I would put him as fifth. But, nigga, I really got to decide between Kirk Cousins' trash ass and Dak Prescott's trash ass. I'm really trying to decide, like, what trash I like better. But they both trash for different reasons. Like, Kirk Cousins trash because he can't play in a primetime game. Dak trash because he going to fuck up. Like, you know he going to fuck up at least once. I really don't know who to pick. I'll pick Dak. Fuck it.
I'd rather have Dak, bro. Dak, bro. Black History Month. The strength. I'd rather have Dak.
I'd rather have Dak, too. Okay, so my top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC. The NFC is such a drop-off.
This is going to be kind of nasty.
I got Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers. I'm not putting Tom Brady because Tom Brady's retired. Geno Smith, Jared Goff, and then Dak Prescott. That sounds gross. Oh, my God. I want to throw up. What are your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFC?
It's crazy as fuck.
It sounds nasty after. It sounds like a big-ass drop-off.
Honestly, okay, I'll go.
Danny Dimes might be 6. Fuck Kirk Cousins.
I'm going to have to go with I'm going to have to go with Jalen Hurts number 1, and honestly, Danny Dimes going to have to be second.
That's
honestly, I'm putting my boy Jared Goff at fourth. I'm putting him at third. I'm putting Jared Goff at third. Danny Dimes at second. Jalen Hurts at one. Fourth is definitely fuck.
You know, there's a name you ain't said yet, right?
I'm not putting the nigga that we put in retirement in there, but
not Tom Brady.
I'm not talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about a nigga that we put out.
Yo, that's
anyway.
That nigga finna cook your muffin. He gonna be tight.
Anyway.
All right, continue.
Sent that nigga to a new team. Anyway.
No, that's funny. That's fucking hilarious.
But yeah.
That's funny.
So let's see, number four for we're just gonna defuse anything in the NFC South because they just sorry.
Sure.
So that has me going to the West. And honestly, before he got hurt, I'm gonna put Jimmy G at like fourth. Jimmy G is a game controller. He is a game manager. Yeah. He takes care of the ball. He takes care of the ball. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. It's just that he fucking just doesn't throw.
But honestly, I think I could make a case that Brock Purdy played better than Jimmy. Brock was out here getting 300-yard pass. I can't remember the last time Jimmy G passed for 300 yards. I think the last time he passed for 300 yards is when they had that wild-ass shootout when Drew Brees was still playing with the Saints and the 49ers.
That nigga's an NFL quarterback. What killed me about Jimmy G is that nigga would be finishing with like 180 yards.
Bro, he be playing like some high school stats.
That nigga's an NFL quarterback throwing 150 yards. But with all that being said, I think Jimmy G is still fourth. Fifth, I'm gonna go. With Dak. I'm gonna go with Dak fifth.
Damn, no Geno?
I have to go with Dak fifth. I completely forgot about Geno. Geno won comeback of the year. Mm-hmm. You know what, Jimmy? You know what, Geno fourth, Dak's fifth.
Okay, so
just off strength.
Jalen, Danny. Yeah, because I guess if you take out
Danny was fucking it up this year. I ain't gonna lie.
I think you should move Danny to fifth. But outside of that, I don't think that's a bad list at all for the NFC. And then to speak of an old nigga, speaking of niggas retired, and getting retired, Brett Favre is suing Shannon Sharp, the Pat McAfee show, and then I think a Mississippi auditor for defamation. Because allegedly, Brett Favre stole $5 million from the Mississippi State Welfare for a fucking volleyball stadium.
Which is vile. That's just foul.
And I ain't gonna lie, there ain't no legend about this because I don't want to get sued. But Brett Favre is not a top 10 quarterback. This nigga, we pushing old niggas out the way. Old niggas getting packed up like an all-time list. With Pat getting 2.
Stats say different, but
Stats says he played a long-ass time. That's the only thing they tell me about Brett Favre.
So you would say the same thing about Tom Brady now.
No.
You put both them niggas in the conversation as far as longevity goes.
Yeah, but Tom Brady has the stats to prove it.
So did Favre. He broke Favre's records, matter of fact. A couple.
By a landslide, though. The only thing Favre really has is interceptions, no?
If Jameis Winston keeps playing like he does, I don't know.
James ain't playing, so. And then also, on top of that you assuming that somebody will give Jameis Winston like 15 more years of opportunity, too. That nigga can't even. That nigga let Andy Dalton start over him. Like, be fucking for real. Yeah, Brett Favre. I don't. It's crazy. And then I think Pat McAfee had a joke. He said Brett Favre suing me with the money he took. That shit was hilarious.
That's crazy as hell. He ain't wrong though.
And I honestly hope that Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee countersue his ass because it's just like, my nigga, like, you the one did it. This was sports writers reacting to a story that was about you. This is not them humanizing you or ruining your character because of all the other scandals that you did. You the one that's
they got a job to do at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of their fucking job description.
Mm-hmm. And I think as long as you put alleged behind it, because there was no factor proof that he did it, but I mean there was the text message, and the text message was real indicting, especially if it was fucking his number and it was Brett Favre. But I just think it's wild. That's the only thing I really have to say on that. I'm interested to see how much it develops, because I'm also curious to see how much he's actually suing for. Ironically, that'd be kind of funny if he was suing them for $5 million or like $10 million. Like I could pay the stadium back and the welfare check. But I
don't think either. I know Lee Shannon Sharp. Uncle Shane. I don't think he too worried about it.
Yeah, I think he said something about it in Arizona, but it was kind of more of a passing. Yeah, Brett Favre, nigga, just a mid-tier quarterback. He was out here wilding. You need to let that shit go. Because especially, another reason why I say he's a mid-tier quarterback, because we pushing old niggas out. Like, if I had the gunshots, I was trying to download the gunshots, but I had to have this to put it on the program. Like, I got it on my laptop, but I don't got it on here. Because I got to put the gunshots, because, like, the more I think about it, and with Pat getting 2 rings, like, obviously Tom Brady's up there for me. Obviously Peyton Manning's up there for me. Obviously, I think Drew Brees is up there for me.
Elijah Nelson Manning.
I don't think I would have him on the top 10 quarterback list. Because, like, that's what I'm saying. Brett Favre get pushed back. Because I would have Drew Brees before Brett. I would have Peyton before Brett. I would have Tom, Patrick. Shit, eventually, if, like, Josh start winning rings, Burrow start winning rings. And then there's Joe Montana. There's Terry Bradshaw. John Elway, your boy. Like, this thing just...
Steve Young. Even Steve Young got like 3 rings. He got 2 MVPs and 3 rings.
Like, even if you compare careers, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, like, I don't... Brett Favre made too many mistakes for me to say that he's one of them, like the upper echelon. Like, that nigga would just give the ball away. And then he also played with retirement a lot of times, and I feel like he was kind of LeBron with the GM shit before LeBron, except he just did it with retirement. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I don't really have him as a high pedestal. Obviously, he's a top 15 quarterback. I'm not, like, I'm a dickhead by saying he's not that, but, like, he's not a top 10 or top 5, especially with how some of these players are playing now, putting up video game numbers that they're putting now. But yeah, he just got the longevity, just old nigga. That's it. Speaking of another old nigga that's getting passed, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Obviously, we was recording the podcast, and like literally right after we got done,
we were recording it while it was happening.
Mm-hmm. So. LeBron James ended up being the record for the most all-time scoring leader. And he's 4th in assist, which is crazy.
This is crazy. Wait, if he's 4th in assist, where the fuck is CP3 at?
I think he's like 2nd.
He's 2nd?
I think so.
He gonna be sick as hell.
LeBron passed him. Yeah, I mean, he had a better
can't
rate.
Be boys anymore.
That's funny.
Banana boat team.
I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. Like I said, I wish I had the gunshots because I'm retiring old niggas this podcast, bro. I got the spicy takes.
Crazy.
LeBron better than Jordan.
Yeah. I'll say that wholeheartedly.
Because at this point in time,
has literally an all-around player. He's better.
Because at this point in time, right, everybody gonna talk about rings. Rings do not fucking matter. I never hear... Okay, let me not say they don't fucking matter. That's a wild statement. But I never hear no one talk about Robert fucking Horry. He got 7 of them bitches. No one talks about him. Like, you want to make the impact on the team and actually matter on the team. I feel like the best...
They don't talk about Bill Russell having 11... God rest his soul. They don't talk about Bill Russell having 11 rings.
Niggas do bring up a Bill.
They bring up, he was in a time where he was playing, fucking cashiers and white people and all this shit and stuff like that, unathletic. And I was like, there's still a talent to that. There's still a talent to that to be in the NBA, even at that time where it was very segregated or it was very, different.
True. I mean, they also named the Finals MVP after Bill Russell. Like, Bill Russell was him. He's kind of like a unicorn in that sense, but. Like, what I was going to say is, like, the way I look at rings, right, is I feel like there's 3 different tiers. There's the niggas who never won a ring. and they're in a tier of their own, i.e. the Charles Barkley, the fucking like
Melos.
Yeah,
Iverson.
I would put Iverson higher than Melo. That's another day for another topic.
Yeah. I wanted to. Yeah.
And then I feel like there's a tier one. Obviously, you're getting one ring, and I feel like a lot of people lie in that factor. But then there's obviously two. Like once you hit two, you hit multiple, and I feel like that's what people fail to realize. Is everybody always wants to put Jordan on this pedestal? I feel like the reason why Jordan is on such a high pedestal that he is on, he made basketball cool in both facets. He made the shoes look cool, and he did a lot of cool shit. I'm not gonna sit there and lie. Jordan was a fucking wizard on the basketball court. Some of the shit he did don't even look real. It really don't. But as far as the competition that they played and what they were able to do, LeBron's average is going to go down at least at 25, 5, and 5. That's nuts.
That's the
For
least.
A career average
In year 19, what was it, 19, 20? No, it's 20 now.
I thought it was 18.
It's 20 now. He was drafted in 03.
Oh, yeah, it was 20. Yep.
So it's 20 now.
And then what's crazy, too, is like LeBron went to the finals 10 straight years.
10 straight.
And also switched teams.
In that time.
Like, dog, he's different. I know, and I used to hate LeBron. I really did. Just because it's like I like Jordan, but then like as I got older, I'm like, why do I like Jordan? This nigga LeBron is kind of ridiculous. He is like LeBron should at least realistically, if we're just going off of stats alone and not being a popularity war, he should at least have 5 or 6 MVPs. Like he is
All strength.
He is the number one all-time leading scorer. Like that's like Jordan is nowhere near on the list. Jordan's nowhere near on this list as far as assists goes, and I think LeBron's decently highly ranked for rebounds too.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, what are we talking? Like, yo, we gotta pack these old niggas up. The only old nigga I respect right now, as far as football and basketball go, is like Tom Brady, but he just retired. Everybody else kind of get packed up, bro. At this point, like LeBron,
Damn, Magic. I ain't gonna lie, you not gonna do Magic like that.
what do you think is? You think Jordan's better than Magic?
What?
Do you think Jordan's better than Magic?
In the aspect of scoring?
In everything.
I don't think everything.
I guess that's a harder argument because Magic kind of retired early too.
Yeah, unfortunately, he had that that situation.
Mm-hmm.
But Magic was a floor general. The way that he would facilitate the ball, the way that he would get other players open, and yeah, the shit that the passes damn near don't look real from what I've seen. Granted, wasn't allowed to see most of it, but
right.
Still, as far as like what I've seen from videos and highlights, that nigga was it. He was it for a while. And the fact that he was battling Larry Bird,
yeah,
too, for not only in college, but he battled this nigga. He battled this nigga in college and damn near throughout his whole life.
He kind of got tired of seeing Larry Bird.
He really did. He like, fuck this nigga.
I think if Magic got a jumper, he'd probably beat LeBron. Because I don't know if you ever played with Magic on 2K. He got an ugly ass fucking jump. That nigga shoot with one hand and elbow bent. Oh my, what the fuck?
I thought Sean Marion had an uglier one, but
he still
take it.
He still shoot from his chest. That shit is insane. How did he get to the league with that shit? Almost like he was passing the ball. Like, nigga, what?
Niggas used to shoot deep threes with Rasheed Wallace. My first 2K game ever was what? I want to say 2K09. That was with I think that.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was my first 2K game ever. It was like, I think it was either KD. It was either KG. KG was on 09, wasn't he? Or was that Kobe? Kobe was on 10, wasn't he?
I'm trying to think of who was on 8 because I feel like 8 would give me that inkling.
I feel like 8 was KG.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
But yeah, that was my first 2K game, and I didn't know what the fuck. I was picking teams. Niggas Niggas was trying to make it all the way with the Orlando Magic with Dwight Howard.
That's
nasty. Crazy. Jameer Nelson.
That was an ugly ass.
Rasheed Lewis. Man.
Hedo Turkoglu. Everybody had an ugly ass shot on that fucking team. But, I mean, yeah, LeBron's the GOAT, man.
That's him.
I kind of hate that, like, the narrative is that he's not, or like, oh, he left teams and this, that, and the third. I just feel like
niggas want to. The whole prime example of being in the NBA is being the best that you could be and being able to get better in any aspect of the game that you can in any statistic way in the NBA, right?
yeah. And then also,
niggas is gonna leave teams if nothing's there. Like, you ain't gonna, like, that's the thing about it. Like, if niggas ain't around you shooting.
Well, that's the thing. Is like before, a lot of teams couldn't afford multiple All-Stars. So if you're a Clyde Drexler, if you're a Michael Jordan, if you're a Magic Johnson, if you're a Larry Bird, obviously I know that they might not have been in the same prime in the same era, but if you're one of them, like, in order to keep a strong team, like you couldn't just play hero ball with two people.
Right.
Because you may be able to afford two people, but, like, to go back to the Bill Russell analogy, you might be playing with plumbers and cashiers. if your team's like Magic, Bird, and Larry, or like, yeah, Magic and Bird, like, nigga, you wouldn't be able to afford no Kevin McHale or, like, nobody else. Like one of those teams gonna have to sacrifice some shit.
At the end of the day, somebody got to defend too.
That part.
So, you know, you got so. You could spend all this money. You can spend all this money on the top superstars, all the top shooters that you want, but at the same time, there's another side of the ball that you gotta protect.
Since it is the love day, kind of want to talk about love. Do you feel like you'll be able to find love?
Absolutely. I think everybody is capable of being able to find love within themselves and within a significant other, but one cannot coexist. One cannot coexist first without the other. So most people, I used to be the type that would find love in people, but then you know, twists and turns happen and this and that, and then, you know, I got to thinking to myself, like, when was the last time I actually felt good about me as a person, as an individual? And that's when, you know, I started going to therapy more and more, started talking about it, working on it, and time went on, and I'm getting to a point where, you know, I'm starting to love the shit that I do, you know, as far as being with you, doing this podcast and making shit happen, and just having love for other people too. You know, it's never really been about me. I want love for other people, and that's what makes me have love for myself. Cause I've never seen this shit growing up, as far as the aspect of, you know, my pops goes, or like, he never really showed it. So like, I never really learned how to, like, physically, spiritually actually show my love for certain people, cause I never saw it myself. So with that being said, I think I'm starting to get to a point where, like, it's comfortable for me to do so. And that's the greatest thing about me, man. That's one thing that I've learned from myself throughout this entire situation, that I just gotta be able to be patient with myself, know myself, and be able to know that, you know, I'm worthy of love too. You know, I'm worthy of finding that significant other. But at the same time, I feel like I'm worthy to know what I am for myself and be able to give myself the same love and affection. So that's my spiel.
But do you feel like this version of yourself can be loved?
Wholeheartedly. At least to an easy extent. Because we're difficult human beings. Or not difficult, but just complex.
I don't. That was crazy. I don't know if I could be loved.
I don't think you can in the way that you want to.
Expound.
I can't expound on that because you only know what you want, and you only know what will make you happy. As far as whether it be yourself or a significant other, so I can't really expound on that.
Okay, well, can you expound on what makes you say that?
I don't know, because from the outside looking in, I think you're kind of, I think you're kind of like me. You're kind of more of a, not difficult, but you're a complex individual. Like, people see you differently than what you see yourself, as far as like being in a certain space. You just carry yourself differently. You think about shit more complex. That's what I mean. So from a woman's perspective, or just anybody's perspective of wanting to be in a relationship with you, that could either throw somebody off, that could either, send them away, or they just don't like the vibe that you put out. So that's what I mean by that.
I don't. But that's the thing, is like,
you might not see yourself as a complex individual because that's just how you think. But everybody don't think how you think, or everybody don't see your point of view as they see it.
But that's the thing. I don't feel like I'm projecting anything that's out of the ordinary, bro.
It's not out of the ordinary for you.
I'm talking about period, bro. The bar is
subjective.
Well, I'm saying. Well, I'm just responding. I'm not mad.
I know.
The bar is in hell, dog. Like, the bar, as far as like what I used to have, like certain things, and not saying like I had to build a bitch or nothing like that. Like, I used to have certain like criterias and things that I would want my partner to have and stuff like that. When I say the bar is in hell, the bar is in hell. I'm just looking for some consistency, some like love, and like, I feel like I'm a person that I think I want different types of love. Like, I like a little bit of everything. I like affirmations. I like just physical touch, just quality time. Like, I like existing with a person. I don't really like I like more intimate settings. I don't really like going out and spending money on a person is cool, but I don't want that to be the extent of something. Like, I don't think I want too much of anything.
Okay, so with that being said, since when you put it like that, do you find all of those listings as far as like the characteristics of love, do you try to find that in one solid person?
What do you mean? Do I go out of my way to find that in a person, or?
Nah, it don't even have to be out of your way. It could just be something that, you're just casual talking. Then all of a sudden you see like, characteristics in your favor that show up in them. Do all of those have to show up in that one person? That's what I'm pretty much trying to say. Everything that you like, does that all have to be in one, like fused together on some go tank shit?
I don't know, because I don't think I've ever seen it. And but I also think that's hard to see it, because I don't think.
Are you looking for that though?
I feel like everybody's always looking. Whether you're looking or you're always, is whether you choose to acknowledge it or not.
I don't think not everybody has all those characteristics. I think people just pick I think most people pick the characteristics that they have and then just go for it.
But see, you're saying that as characteristics, and I'm saying that as like a love language. I feel like
love language is the same thing for me. I don't know.
Well, because I'm saying because what I'm saying is like,
to me they both go hand in hand, at least in my mind.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to love language, you already do everything. So quality time, hanging out with the person.
No, not everybody does everything.
Yeah, you do.
As far as a love language goes,
yeah,
all of them.
Well, how many are there?
Let's see. There's
words of service.
There's active service.
Words for affirmation.
There's physical touch.
Physical touch.
So there's about four 4 or 5. So about 3 or 4.
And then quality time.
So all of those
Yes.
in one person?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
How?
Because there's been people that I know that only really show one.
Because you figure physical touch, that's if we being grown, sex and cuddling. Unless you consider like, if we keep it at a surface level, let's just keep it at a surface level. You figure
Hugs.
I guess hugs too. Yes, you're right. Kissing, all the basic stuff, everything that you could probably think of, right? Quality time is just hanging out, maybe doing stuff together, shopping. If like you got an apartment or y'all got an apartment together.
See right there, these two. I know these two. I know people that have these two counteractive. One likes the physical touch, and the other one don't like hanging out. I've seen ones that like to hang out but don't like physical touch.
But all of those go in a relationship, so you technically do all of them.
Some of those don't. Some of those linger out of the relationship.
I'm not saying they don't, but what I'm saying is you're gonna. Because it's like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is nothing but an act of service. That's all we're doing is showcasing our love and affection for people.
Can be for some. You can turn into something else that whole day. It could be all 4 in one day, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's all the day really boils down to. Because it's like. What I'm saying when I say like a love language of being able to have all 4, I think it's the same thing as far as emotions go. Like I wouldn't want a scenario where my partner couldn't feel comfortable talking to me about some serious shit. I wouldn't want a serious situation where my partner feel like she couldn't talk to me about some happy shit, some sad shit, some angry shit, some stressful shit. Like,
right.
I don't think there's a world where people, like, if your love language is only physical touch, I don't think there's a world where you wouldn't show acts of service. You wouldn't show words of affirmation. You wouldn't show quality time. Some shit you have to do more than others, especially as us being males. Like there's some shit where, like, a girl will have to run errands and she tries to put you on with the errands and you be like, fuck no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
But some people do it just because they know that's quality time and that turns into an act of service because you are with your person. Like, my whole point of saying all that to say, like, I want all that in someone is because I've yet to see, like, what my love language is or what the love language I need. I could see a world where I need all 4. With me, it really just depends on the day. Truthfully, because some days I'm in my head, some days I'm in my work mode, some days like a podcast day. Like
that's why I feel like everything got to be hitting for you, as far as like your relationship to find love or find that love in a person.
I think it just because I don't even know if I've never been
like you basically gotta have a perfect game. Like you can't go on there no turnovers, nobody can't be injured.
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all just because I don't get the luxury of having that opportunity. Like, I don't even get to be at the game. Honest, if we really doing a deep dive on me, I don't get to be at the game. I'm just responding. I'm like, I don't. It's what it is like, it's like I'm playing the game and you give me the ball and you be like, all right, you're on offense, Brian. Go score. I'm playing football. And I'm like, yo, what's the down and distance? And you just shrug your shoulders. What's the quarter? How many timeouts I got left? Who the fuck are my receivers? It's like, what are the plays? Like, nigga, I don't know what the fuck. And I get it, like, love might be like that, but, like, there is an inkling of, like, minds meeting in the middle. I can't get the consistency of someone just being who they are. That's my biggest issue. My biggest issue is, like, people expect me, as far as past relationships and stuff like that, is people expect me to lead us somewhere where I don't know where you want to go. like we can have both the same understanding and the same agreements, but they'll never show the card. So I always get put in a situation where I always settle and I default by, all right, I guess this is what it is. And mind you, I'm cool in a lot of situations, but the communication don't be there. And I guess that's on me too, but I never want to go on a limb on anything because I don't see consistency. I've seen women tell me to my face, look me in my eyes, and want to be in a relationship and then fucking talk to a dude or fuck a dude the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can I expect you to really believe that if you're not even willing to work towards that?
Some shit changes, bro. Shit, trust, like, hey, shit changes in 24 hours, bro.
It can, but that's what I'm saying. I don't, but that's why I'm saying I don't understand why. And maybe this is why I don't know if I can be loved, just because it's like, how can I believe? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm willing to go, like with the horse in the water. You can't leave the horse in the water to drink it. I'm willing to go with the horse if I know there's an opportunity to drink at the end, but I don't even know if that's the case.
You want to know if the road to the water is paved. You want to know if it's gravel.
No, I just want to know we're going there. That's what I'm saying. When I tell you that, like, I'm not complex at all, I just want to know what's up. But I'm forced to know, like, I'm forced to think what you think and go off of that. And it's just like, I just want to see the results. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no consistency with homies.
Some shit you just got to ride through.
But then I'm the dickhead if there's a miscommunication. And I think maybe it's like self-sabotage in that regard. Like, I don't want to be that. But I'm often get put in that situation. And it's like, what do you expect me to do? If, like, I also value relationships as like you got your side, I got my side. Help me understand your side. I promise you. Like, I'm because even with the whole conspiracy bullshit or like the life shit, like, I'm the last nigga you got convinced. You just got to show me. I promise you. I'm open-minded in a lot of shit, and I will sway if I really believe in it. But niggas got to show me. Niggas will say this and do something different. And I'm like, why did you even say this if you're going to do something different? And that's all I've seen.
Right.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's like, are there women in my life that I feel like would make great partners? Yeah, of course. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've met hundreds of women that I think would be good potential partners and stuff like that. But, like, do they want me, or are they interested in me, or do they put forth the effort into me? Fuck no. Not enough to where I would want to be like, yeah, I want to put my all into this. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't put my all into this. I also have some underlying issues of where I want to come correct, but that's just because I want to make sure the relationship works.
Right.
Like, I want to come correct to where I have no excuse of, like, if I'm lacking in some department, I could go fix it. There's some things in my life currently where I don't have the luxury to go fix it like I want to. So that could later. It might not be an issue now because some people just want to accept me for who I am, but it could be an issue later. And I know that it could be an issue later. So it's like, I want to just come correct. But yeah, like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like, I guess because to say a lot, to say a little, like, I just want to know that someone fucks with me, just that someone is interested. It's just, that's why it's like, I feel like I could find love, especially this version of myself? I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people that I've met know what they're getting with me, but they either not interested or they don't show the effort to where I feel like I could show it back. Because like I said, I'm not a very hard person to convince. It's just like, niggas, like, every day, a lot of niggas, even close niggas, will show me, like, they'll say this and then do something completely different and then be surprised when I, like, react. And I'm just like, what did you expect me to do when you did this? it's almost like they're fucking with my head on purpose, and and then they get upset when I react. That's like,
you can't be mad at people for being fickle.
I can when you say something. Like, I'm never mad at someone being consistent.
Like, motherfuckers change their mind, they change their mind, bro. It's just the fact that you telling them about it, or them telling you about it. Like, I don't care how many times you switch plans or flake on me or like just with this, that, and the third. At least tell me why you did it. Don't have me fucking just like out there in the cold and just wondering like, damn, like what the fuck happened? You know, like just like at least tell me, you know, why, you did what you did.
Yeah, because I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because then I could adjust. Because if it's something that I did, I could always adjust to something I did. But you leave me in the dark, then
motherfuckers just stop fucking with you for no reason, no explanations or no whatsoever.
And that's my thing. It's like that's why I always kind of deal with the situations I have. Like I don't get the same person.
Yeah.
And when you're saying that people could change their mind, I'm like, T, when I tell you I do not get the same person.
The second go around, you don't get the same person?
I don't get the same person in a week, dog. I strike. No, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to put that on my conscience. Fuck around, it is raining. I've yet to see the same women from Monday to Monday in my whole entire life. I'm waiting for it. I've yet to see it. I really have.
Crazy as fuck.
Like, what's the best Valentine's Day gift you ever got?
Best Valentine's gift I ever got was from my own mama. And that was a PS2.
That sounds about right. I definitely remember my mom hooking me up a few Valentine's Day. What about worse?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Brent just told me something. He told me he did a thing. So I'm trying to figure out what that is. Shout out to Brent. I'm gonna get back to you later. But the worst? I don't think I've ever had a worse. I think I've had just because like Valentine's Day, I don't feel like you could have a worse Valentine's Day because it's all about love the entire day, whether it be relationships, whether it be platonic, whether it be, family, friends, whatever, it's all about what you give to people as far as, loving them spiritually, mentally and stuff like that. So like, I've never had a bad one or a worse whatsoever with Valentine's Day gifts or whatever.
I think the worst thing I got was a card. I don't think they signed the card. Like, they just went to like a CVS or Walgreens and just handed me a card.
I mean, it's still something. They didn't have to give you shit.
It was another one of those situations.
A hating ass nigga.
How am I a hating ass nigga? What I did for them and what they said they were going to do for me was double what I did. And then they went from that to handing me a fucking card. And you still say they don't have to give me shit?
Not obligated to give you a damn thing, bro. Niggas ain't obligated to do shit in this world.
But why say you're going to double what I did? And I'm not even going to go into what I did because I did the most. But, like, why say that?
Plans change. People change.
But I don't even, I'm not.
Don't fuck with you like you think they do. That goes for anybody out there.
But that's my thing. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I don't know if I could be loved or find love. Because people constantly change their mind or don't fuck with me like I think they fuck with. That's what I'm saying. I just want consistency. I respect the asshole more than I respect anybody else in the world. Because I know what motherfucker I'm dealing with versus anything else. And it's not like I have to know through and through. I'm just saying, like,
don't talk me to death, like, don't pillow talk me.
And that's what happened. It was like, oh, you're love, Brian. You're this, that, and the third, and showed up with a card. And matter of fact, they didn't even dropped the card off. Like, I think about this shit. It was like, what was the point? You could have kept that.
Could have put a rack in there, some bands in there at home.
I'm dog anything. I don't know.
I'd be grateful for cards. I'd be more grateful they have some bands to them, some paper in them.
Yeah. Especially because I was talking to.
I'm a money ass nigga, so what the fuck you gonna give me a card for, bro?
Especially some card you spent some money on when you could have.
You could have just gave me that money.
You know what? I would have just took that. But because I was talking to like some of my coworkers, and I was like, "Yo, what is the male equivalent of like flowers?" And a few of them were like head. And I'm like, "Yo, my nigga, what if your nigga depressed? Like, what y'all just be saying?" That shit's so crazy to me.
Crazy as fuck, bro.
Like, men were really not taught how to love, so the only way we know how to love is physical affection.
That's the Neanderthal in us.
Like, sometimes, my nigga, I just want to hug. Just hold me. Hold me, shawty.
I don't think I want to hug you, bro.
I didn't say you. I said shawty.
Fair enough. I don't know, man. Love comes in all shapes and forms. I think that's a Barry White song or whatever, Marvin Gaye song or whatever. And that's another thing. I wanted to get into this because I was driving to work and I thought this in my brain. I was like, what can T say as far as the question goes? What can I bring to the table?
So shoot.
Best love song you ever heard? Past or present artist?
Third Story, Still in Love.
I'm gonna have to go No One by Alicia Keys.
Isn't that like talking about self-love though?
Nigga, don't do that. That's my opinion, bro. That's my song.
Yeah, but I thought you meant like love as far as like loving someone else.
It is love.
I'd have to listen to the
You have to listen to the song, bro. I'm gonna go with that one.
I never thought you would say that.
I think that's why I threw you off.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Just because of her voice, or
yeah, sure.
If you had to have a song with your boo, do you think what would that be? Because there's some songs that I would love to serenade my girl to, but I'm trying to think of.
Your ass picked something from some by The Dream or something.
No, the fuck.
Ruben Stutter.
All right, why you violate? You just had to get your joke off for the fucking pod. No, I was thinking like Luther Vandross. Can I take you out tonight?
Luther Vandross always hit for whatever reason. I'm gonna tell you another old school that always hit. Anything Keith Sweat.
Yeah.
Anything Keith Sweat, he got it. Honestly.
He sings kind of slow though, no?
What?
He sings kind of slow though, no?
Yeah.
That's why I don't know if I can serenade my girl to that. Or I'm trying to think of like I want a booed up song, kind of like where she like it too.
We're thinking of all the artists from like either 90s today, by the way, but we're excluding one fucking artist. Fuck that nigga.
Or RK? Like RKO? Yeah, I don't think.
I'm racking my brain trying to figure out everything around that nigga. Like any artist around that nigga.
First of all, hold up. I don't think there would be a song I would sing my girl that nigga sing.
Good.
Because all his shit freaky as hell. Like, I don't think that's a serenading your girl song.
All of his titles suspects, too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck we both finna sing? Seems like you're ready? Like, that sounds like a crazy ass song to sing to somebody.
That
12
nigga,
play?
That nigga has a whole album named 12 Play. That's what's killing me. That's what kills me about this whole thing. That was a
sign, bro. That was a sign.
That's what kills me about this whole thing. Oh, anything Smokey Robinson, actually.
Nah, that nigga wild, too.
You ain't heard old Smokey, so shut the fuck up, nigga.
It's still wild.
Stupid ass up, nigga.
That nigga was always wild. That nigga said, I sprinkled some cocaine on a blunt. I was like, all right, Smokey. This nigga living up to his name. Speaking of love, Leo out here dating a 19-year-old.
Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing that I didn't know. I knew that nigga was weird.
I just don't understand the mind frame of trying to date someone. I feel nasty.
Why are you 48 dating a 19-year-old? How do you even find that?
Well, I mean, it's highly weird, so I'm not surprised. But I feel nasty talking to someone like right?
Crazy as hell.
Like, I feel kind of icky if I talk to someone that's 21.
Yeah.
Especially because, I mean, we're not old like that.
We're old enough.
Mm-hmm. I want like 23, 24. Or my age, but it's hard to find people your age, too. I always wanted an older shorty, to be honest.
Don't do it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, Leo wild for that. Did you see the Rey Mysterio clip?
We got 2 draft picks. Yeah, I saw that shit. And I have from what my aspect on the whole thing is that niggas expect you as a celebrity or just any type of celebrity when you get off a plane or go anywhere out in public. Niggas just expect you to sign whatever they got for you so say you're a wrestler or a celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. You get off a plane. Mm-hmm. Niggas is already waiting for you with like pictures and like action figures and shit like that. Video world championships ready for you to sign. You know, nigga, I ain't gonna like I'm not obligated. I literally, honestly, I just walk past that shit unless. I mean, yeah, that'd be in like a bad public eye, but at the same time, it's like I'm not obligated to, do any of that shit.
There's a difference between meeting your celebrity and trying to hit a lick off that nigga. They had 15 boxes of like shit for him to sign, and he was like, "Nigga, I'm not signing that." Especially I'm unmasked. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't have to sign that. And it's a shitty situation, especially if you're trying to go there. I just feel like you gotta know. You gotta know, like, if you're trying to hit a stain on a celebrity for signing something, go to where you think, like, whatever would make the most amount of money and seem realistic to get signed. Because who knows? Because I think they were waiting for him.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's an airport. I don't know if you know this, Tyler, but not everybody could just get through an airport. Like, you have to walk through TSA. So you went and got checked just to bring all this stuff in the hopes of Rey Mysterio signing it.
And then you looking goofy as hell when you just walk past.
No, yeah, and he's just like, at least he gave you an explanation. And so it's like, because at first everybody was like, fuck Rey Mysterio. And then everybody was like, wait, hold on now. Like, this nigga had 15 boxes worth of shit to sign. Like, who the fuck is he to think Rey Mysterio's finna just sign all this shit for free? Especially when he's going to make a profit off it. And who knows how much of a profit that dude can make on it.
Right.
So it's just a nasty slope. And, like, especially because, like, to tie in airports, you saw the Shannon Sharp clip, right?
That shit was weird. I saw that.
Buddy was just recording them. And then even Shannon Sharp
he was
look.
Like, why?
He's like, bruh. And he's like, what? And he's like, why?
He was like, why not? That was a whole ass answer. He said, why not? The powers of Uncle Shay, because, like, nigga, that would low key kind of set me off. I don't know about you, but, like, if a nigga just said, why not? That nigga just walked away.
I mean, in the airport,
good for Uncle Shay, bro.
I mean, in the airport, that's all you can do because I don't give a fuck how much beef I got with you niggas. I'm not getting on the ban list because I got money to make and people to see. But also, that was just...
You could get fucked up in the airport, like by security.
Also, it was just like...
That was just a wild moment.
Right, you don't even have a rebuttal to that because he... Like, what can you say? It's like, nigga, that's weird. But, like, if a nigga say why not to that, like, he got it.
You just gotta leave that nigga alone. But yeah, I thought that was a very wild exchange. So
yeah, like I don't blame Rey Mysterio for his. I don't blame both the celebrities. That's the thing about being a celebrity. Like I want to be famous, I do, but to the point where I could still exist and like live at the crib and not have to worry about someone stalking my mom's house or go to the grocery store. Like I don't want to get
like I could do a B. I could do a B list, C list. I could do a B C list celebrity. I could be that.
I don't
because I'm still getting money.
I don't think you realize a BC is definitely getting followed. Name a BC right now. Because you thinking BC is not going to get followed. I think a BC is definitely getting followed.
Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, he's getting followed.
Nah, I don't think so.
As a nigga that worked at the comedy club, he's getting followed. Yes, bro.
It's very hard pressed. We're going. Could be wrong. Could be wrong.
He's getting followed. Especially because he's still like, he has a name.
He do.
And not to mention...
I'm not saying he do. I'm not saying he doesn't.
No, well, I'm just saying, not to mention, he's also the reason why this whole, Bill Cosby thing got started. So niggas might see him like, yo, fuck you because of Bill. Or like, who knows?
I don't think nobody in this day and age is standing up for Bill.
Nigga, speaking of stand-up, he's doing stand-up, right?
Which is crazy as fuck. We're on.
Would you see it?
Nope. I don't need to see it.
I would at least want to watch a YouTube video.
Because first of all, I don't even think I as a person that didn't grow up in the age to really see Bill Cosby as a comedian in that type of light. He was always like the pudding pop's dad type of nigga. So I didn't really see his comedic views. Fuck, I gotta see that nigga for. I don't think he's funny.
I agree.
Not even ha funny. Not even back. Even if I was a nigga born in the 60s and the 70s, I still probably wouldn't think he was funny. I put that nigga probably Richard. I'd go see Richard Pryor before I go see Bill Cosby. But those are two different type of comedians.
I agree with that. I just want to see it for the spectacle because there's no way that's just getting a second chance. Like that's gonna be a one-time thing. It's going to be ignorant. I think motherfuckers going to pack him up immediately as soon as he get off stage because he's going to have heckler's. Like, I just want to see...
You a chaos nigga. You just want to be there for the aesthetics and see what the fuck happened.
Just for the one time. I wouldn't see the shit twice.
Scorpio type shit.
Nah, not even.
It's even.
Nah. If Bill Cosby's crazy enough... Because it's just like Twitter. How much stupid shit do we send each other back and forth? Nigga, you watch Crazy in Love. The one time Bill Cosby spectacle, you don't think would be interesting to see for once?
No.
But you can watch
this day and age.
But you could watch Crazy in Love.
More people in this day and age, us, can relate to Crazy in Love, Blueface, and Krishan Rock than a fucking 85, 87-year-old Bill Cosby. What the fuck does that nigga have to speak to? What the fuck does that nigga have for us to listen to? As far as speaking on today's society goes. What does he have to offer me?
That's why you gotta find out. I don't fucking know.
See, niggas like you.
You can't say that when you watch that.
What?
You can't say that when you watch Crazy in Love.
See shit like that every day. So it's relatable.
How?
Well, not every day. Obviously not to that extent. But like, as far as like,
There's a bunch of stupid shit going on. But we share that shit like it's hotcakes and look at it.
Exactly.
So this is some more stupid shit. is. It is.
All right, you got it.
Because I'm not one of those people that like draws a line of like, whoa, this is too crazy. It's like, nigga, you just watched that. Like, what the fuck?
I heard some of the craziest shit off of Rio lyrics.
Nigga, like, it's like, yo. And mind you, it's going to get canceled. It's going to get packed up. That shit's not about to be a successful running thing. I don't even know who's bold enough to host the shit. I can't even think of the stadium. I can't even think of the state. Because that shit will be nuts. I don't know.
That's why it gotta be Vegas or something.
It got to be something where it's just like, it's a normal day.
Some stupid shit. It's gotta be Vegas.
Prayers and condolences to the Michigan State shooting.
Yeah, definitely. Pray for East Lansing, man.
Only thing I got to say on it is I'm not looking for answers. I'm not looking for solutions. For anyone that
It's starting to get redundant now.
What I was gonna say is anyone that loves and cares for me as far as family and friends go, respect my want for peace. So if I don't want to go out, I don't trust niggas, I don't fuck with people, I don't trust scenarios that I don't know, and I just want to be in the house minding my own. Not saying that I should be a turtle and be in the shell, but if I want
you as that, bro.
No,
you as that. It's okay to be that.
I wasn't though.
It's okay to be that.
I wasn't.
It's okay.
But I wasn't. But I'm saying if I want to do that, respect. That's what I'm saying right now. Respect that.
Well, I'm respecting, bro. I just told you it was okay.
But you said I was, and I said I wasn't. Also, because it's like I don't stay in every single fucking weekend. That's the thing that be blowing my mind. Like niggas not be around me saying what I do. But yeah, but that my whole fucking point to this is like just respect. Just respect the shit, because it's like at this point it's gonna happen. You never know when it's gonna happen. You never know where it's gonna happen. So if niggas don't want to be out the way, always just respect that. Like, I don't know why niggas always want niggas to do something. But it's like, because I don't like I said, I got to get away from the world sometimes. It'd be stupid shit. It'd be drama. It'd be niggas going crazy, and I just got to go away. And also another PSA too. If you see, I'm gonna get this off of shooters. I've seen too many videos of a person walking into a convenience store or walking into an area with an axe, with a bat, with some sort of blunt force weapon that could cause immediate trauma and damage. Get the fuck out of the store. I'm not waiting to see what a nigga gonna do with this. Like I don't act like
I gotta pay for my Takis, bro. I gotta pay for my Red Bull.
No, I'm getting the fuck out of the store. I'm running out.
I don't give a fuck what that nigga got to do with me over there with that bat. But just know,
see that's
I'm not over. I'm not the one to move like that over here. So whatever he doing over there, that's cool.
Hell no, I'm out the store. I'm not trying to find out what that nigga do, because every time, like, there was at least one nigga that would go up to a person, and I don't know what would be said, because obviously we're just watching the surveillance camera, but they would talk to the nigga with the bat, and of course the nigga with the bat gonna use the fucking bat and just swing on it. No, bro, I'm not staying to find out. I'm good. Because also it's just playing odds at that fucking point. Like, if I see somebody coming to the store with a fucking bat, I don't have to figure out what they're going to use the bat for.
Yeah, no shit. You ain't got to. You worry about your own motherfucking self, bro.
I don't think you worry about your own motherfucking self if you're not going to act like that motherfucker don't exist.
As long as it ain't on me, if it's not causing me physical harm.
But that's what I'm saying. More than likely, it could. But the niggas act like that. That's what I'm saying, T. It's like niggas act like, oh, well, he got a bat. I don't know what the fuck he got the bat, but he ain't going to come over here, and then they get clunked in the motherfucking head with the bat.
Who get clunked in the motherfucking head with the bat?
People that I've seen in videos.
Man, look.
See, you saying that, but that's what I'm saying. Now I'm trying to warn niggas now. You could go to another store and get some Takis. You could go to a store and get some, like, and also, like,
I just paid for my gas, bro. I'll put 20 on 2.
Nigga, fuck it. I'll get 20 on 2 on another store.
Dumb as hell. You just gonna leave free gas there.
Yes.
For the next nigga.
Yes. Also, because there was another video of somebody coming in with a fucking axe, and that motherfucker swung the axe. You mean tell me you're going to stay there because, oh, well, they're not going to hit me? You don't know that.
You get Swiss cheese out the motherfucker.
Man.
They get left.
Man, God protect you, bro. I'm not trying to stay and find out. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I can't take that motherfucker. I'm not finding out.
Self-preservation is key.
Self-preservation don't mean shit if a motherfucker got it on them and they willing to use it in the same vicinity you at.
If it's going to be me or you, best believe it's going to have to be you. You know? That's how I was raised. That's how it is. That's how it is. Cruel world out here. It's cruel. But you have to be prepared for anything that comes your way. You know, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So I'd rather keep all them things intact.
So you mean
for me?
If a person came into a convenience store with a gun,
yes, sir, ski.
But say it's like Texas, so they have it on them, but they not like drawn it. But you see this motherfucker, like they motherfucker moving like I wish a nigga would.
So they clutching on the motherfucker.
You mean tell me you just gonna act like yeah, I ain't worry about shit because they ain't got shit to do with me?
They ain't got shit to do with me, bro. Unless he up that bitch.
But that's the thing. It's like they could up that bitch.
If he upping it after I left, then God's will, God bless everybody that's up in that stove.
Man, I am not staying to find out.
God bless everybody that's up in that stove, man.
Nigga can have an axe, nigga can have a bat, nigga can have a knife. I'm not saying to find out what the fuck they finna do with that. Because hindsight being 2020.
Go through the back door, like the employee door, and just.
Bro, I would. I'd set that alarm off. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, now you wild and you stupid as hell now, huh?
You would have set the alarm
you
by.
set the whole alarm off.
If you go by the employee door and you're not an employee, yeah, you probably would.
How cute, how gas stations and shit are built these days.
Bro, because
you have to go through the exit door, like the emergency exit, not the actual employee.
But that's what I'm saying. Like from what I've seen in some gas stations, that exit door does trigger the alarm.
So your stupid ass would go through the exit door.
If they come in the one doorway that they can, because it's a gas station, where else am I going to go?
Front door. There's an exit. There's an emergency exit, and then there's an employee exit.
But that's what I'm saying. If you go through the employee exit. Because, like,
employee exit doesn't always have an alarm, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
But every convenience store I've worked at had one. I've worked at a convenience store before, and that's what I'm telling you. That's because they just turn it off because obviously they have to take out the trash or whatever the fuck.
You ever worked at a Get and Go, bro?
I've had family members that worked at a Get Go.
Have you seen shit that's ran in a Get and Go, bro? Have you seen how that shit is moving?
Yeah. That's usually why they don't go out that motherfucker. They usually go out the front because they be outside right in the front smoking. Whatever they work.
You got it.
I'm just telling you, bro. But because even like the East Lansing thing that we just seen, there's a nigga on campus walking with him on him. If I see the nigga walking with him on him, I'm not about to find out what this nigga on.
Duh, nigga.
That's all
the
I'm
campus
saying.
is so spread open has contrary to a convenience store. So if a nigga is way over there and I see him clutching on that shit and I'm over here, fuck that gotta do? Like, nigga, I'm minding my own fucking business.
That don't matter.
How does that not matter?
Because you giving the nigga opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Like, if
I just hope he doesn't do physical harm on other people.
Yes, of course.
That's the only little thing that I'd be worried about. If my homies or my teachers or whatever get physically harmed, then that's something that would like affect me, you know?
I don't see
if he actually looking for just like one nigga, then, you know.
I mean, we've yet to see that situation though.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to stay and find out. Regardless of where the fuck I could be in open space and I know he can't hit me from where I'm at. If I see a nigga with that thing on him or an item on him that like, if I see a nigga almost like the baseball Furies and the Warriors, if I see a nigga with a baseball bat and we in a library, my antennas, my nigga sense is going through the fucking roof. I'm not meant to be near this nigga. I'm not meant to be close to this nigga. I'm not about to see this nigga where anywhere he can swing that bat. I'm going to know something's up. I just feel like that should be human nature. I feel like a lot of motherfuckers, not saying you're wrong in that because you should, feel comfortable where you at. But at the same time, a lot of motherfuckers act like they can't get touched. And that's how niggas be getting touched.
Yeah.
Not in this tragic way. I don't want to talk about this tragic way, but I'm saying, like, I'm not even giving niggas opportunities. That's what I'm saying. Like,
we're talking about a way in general, people. And like, as far as that goes, you already a head on swivel type of nigga. I'm a type of nigga that I'm cool in the area until shit goes down. Then that's when like shit starts to alert me. But other than that, I'm cool.
But I've also been in a lot of situations where shit has gone down, and we've luckily gotten away right before the shit gone down, just because I was a head on swivel type of nigga.
Yeah,
because you could, not to be corny, but you could almost feel it. That's my whole point with all this is like you could feel it. You could tell an energy shift.
Oh, for
when
sure.
a motherfucker walk in,
for sure.
Especially when they walk in with that thing on them, or they got to add to it. They got to, like, bro, I'm already knowing. I'm not going to act like I don't acknowledge that. And also, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm protecting my peace as far as, like, we got to respect the nigga if you just want to be in the cut, because I just want to be in the cut.
Yeah. I get it. I understand.
But do you want to wrap up episode 113?
Okay, all right. Shout out to Brent, man. Shout out to Brent. He just did his thing. I'm not gonna say what that thing is. Just know that I'm gonna be in a spiffy ass suit coming in a year or so. But episode, what is this, 113? Big Bad 13. I want to say happy Valentine's Day to every significant other out there, every loved one out there, man. It's a good day just to not only not physically give somebody something, but just be there for them in all aspects of, whatever they need, as far as, just checking up on people and tell people that you love them and tell people that you care about them, because that, you could honestly, not to be corny, you could honestly save somebody's life with just that. So, if you want to tell somebody but you're not sure, just go ahead and do it, man. Just go ahead and do it. So, yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this lovey-dovey episode. And we'll definitely see you next time. Next time we're going live, we might go live. I might, if I have some battery, because I'll be fucking up my phone a lot during the day.
Maybe I'll have to give you the TBH podcast account so you can actually go live on there. Yeah, be sure to subscribe on anchor.fm/TylerBrianHour for a little $1, $4, $9, whatever you get for it. Shout out to the good brother Lopez, always holding it down like you do. I want to make some merch soon. I'm trying to decide on what I want to do for merch. I think that I want to hire somebody as far as the editor goes, because I'm tired of making the damn TikToks, but I'm just not consistent enough with them. But I hope this episode sounds good. I had a lot of things I wanted to say on the topic, but I don't know how it really flowed. Kind of just isolated, and like it was like a chill episode, but
yeah,
could have been better. But I love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy life, all that bullshit. I'm out. Bye.